live from the back room of the world-famous Governor's Comedy Club in the heart of Levittown, Long Island. It's Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with your host, Brentwood's own, the Pepto-Bismatic Don Sill.
Yes! Hey, everybody. Welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GovsRadio.com, Facebook Live, and Boxcast. And this is the show where we take two comedians, put them head-to-head in a series of comedy competitions to see which one has what it takes and which one has what it ain't. I'm Don Sill, your host for tonight's show, and now let's meet tonight's judges. Our first judge can be heard weekly on the Domestic Disturbance podcast with Mike Keegan and Carla Okerson, as well as Films on Tap podcast. You may have seen him opening for Big J. Okerson right here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, as well as all the other Governor's Comedy Clubs. He's big and looks mean, but he's got a heart of comedy gold. He is Tim what?
It's close.
Very familiar you are.
I was practicing your name and
We
I had
live on Long Island. How could you not get this right?
I know, I'm so bad.
Saliani.
Saliani. I've been practicing. I apologize to Tim Saliani. I got tongue-tied. Now we're going to meet Mr. Gooman. I did that on purpose. Our next judge is somewhat of a regular here on Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. He is an actor, a comedian, a singer, not much of a dancer, but he's the star of Tune In to Goonin. Yeah. Meet Charles Goonin. What's up, Charles? How you doing, brother?
Very happy to be here. I have a great view right up on his chest. It's very good.
Yes.
Reminds me I've got to shave later.
Yeah, this whole... I really don't know what to do with this whole fucking fabulous Baker's Boy thing you have here, but fair enough.
Our third judge is straight from the Knock 'em Dead radio show on Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. She's the engineer extraordinaire who likes to party like a rock star and still be home before 9. She is Sally O'Neill, everybody. Yes. And now let's also give a hand to our very own roasting specialist, the Gagoots. The Gagoots! How you doing, Gagoots?
I'm doing it just fine. I got in the kitchen cooking tonight, Don. I'm cooking. What I'm doing is I'm going to butcher some biatchis tonight.
Wow, butcher some biatchis. Yes. Wow. So now we're
okay, got it.
Is it harder for you now to
pronounce
to pronounce his last name? No, but is it harder for you now to
Saliani? I like this guy.
Yeah,
look, you're nice and gumba.
You know, you look like Ernie Keebler, fuck Francesco Rinaldi, but I'm not gonna go there. I do appreciate the fact that I do appreciate this, not Sally Annie or Salani or Salami. I like it.
I like that. It's coming from a guy that should be in a Mayberry RFD porno film.
That is fair. That is fair.
Wow.
I leave my seat all over Roscoe, so that's fine.
Is it hard for you now roasting? This time we have two women that have made it to the final round here. Is it harder to roast women, or how do you feel about that, Gagoots?
I love the ladies. Yeah. I love it. These are two bedroom. I love them. But when we're sitting next to each other and in around the squash of the Gagoots, my Gagoots, it gets nice and hard. My Gagoots is ready to split some hairs, if you know what I'm talking about. Well, she's pointing at me over here.
I don't want to get smacked with it.
He's nice ripe Gagoots.
Isn't no hard right now. I'm talking to Don.
He didn't have that mustache till he went down and came back up with it.
I love the fact that the Italian Defamation League is going to write a bunch of fucking letters to you.
Even Christopher Columbus is saying, "Who's this fucking wop? Who's this fucking wop?
Who's this wop?"
He just sunk 2 out of the 3 ships.
You know, it's funny you should talk about Christopher Columbus because one of my ancestors was his navigator. He told him, he said, "This salt shaker, this is a Santa Maria. This napkin holder, this is India. You're going to want to take the Belter Parkway."
There you go.
Very nice.
I'm glad I waited for that.
Your Goots!
I packed a lunch.
That's good.
Now, tonight is the final episode before our big championship round. big championship show next week where the winner will take on the birthday girl, Mandy Jones,
Yeah, it's her
whose
birthday today.
in a battle for the Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up Season 1 Comedy Crown. The prize will be for the championship will be a paid spot right here at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. A paid spot.
American money?
American money. Dates and times will be announced soon.
It's comedy bucks, Charles.
Yeah, we give it Monopoly money with the little face of, Al Jolson on there or something.
your, your own bag of sand, bro.
Instant water. Just add water.
Yeah, just coins. Just a bag of coins. No, you get paid. It's a paid spot right here at Governor's Comedy Club. Dates and times will be announced soon, but that's the winner for the grand champion, so that's a good thing. Tonight, since you both made it to the final four, you get amazing Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up t-shirts.
Oh,
yes.
So we got t-shirts
Thank
for you right here. Hold these up and show everyone the
Whoa.
shirts and the sign on
Check
there.
it out.
Yes, Put Up,
Thank
Shut Up, and
you.
Stand Up.
I love it.
Made them myself.
Thank
No,
you.
That's impressive.
And I also got there's so many women here today. Valentine hearts.
Oh, you didn't have to. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Sally
Oh, yay.
and Heather. I got one for Heather. Whoa, sorry, Benny.
You just hit the cagoose
I
in his
thought
Mustang.
Benny was. That's my bad. I am
Are those
all
shirts
off.
flame retardant?
That was
I
nice
believe
of
they
you.
are.
They gay idiots?
Do they come in size car cover? I want one.
That's what I was afraid of. I'm like, yeah. If it doesn't fit, I'll just drape it over myself.
Soon everyone will have.
Picturing him in
shirts.
Kinkoast with one of those fucking things, right?
Soon
Brain's a
everyone
little
will get-
distorted.
yeah,
It gets
yeah.
distorted as big as the shirt gets.
No, I'm gonna get everyone shirts eventually. But yes, so you guys have earned
Thank
those
you.
by doing this show so many times. And but to now, let's meet officially tonight's contestants, everyone. Our first contestant has literally been with us since day one when she competed on our debut show on November 2nd.
I was the guinea pig.
She's a school teacher,
You were an
comedian.
Italian cop?
She's a school teacher, comedian who went on to defeat comedians Joe Capella and Jeff Bosey on her run to the finals with her uncanny wit, off-kilter timing, and raw punchlines. She is a naughty school teacher, and for her, suspending her students means hanging them in a sex swing. She is Bonnie Scalisi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
Should we call this, should we show this Put Out, Shut Up, or Stand Up?
So, I mean, that's why I'm here.
Yes.
Someone's going to put up.
Our next contestant took on comedians Justin McDonald and Eli Velasquez in her road to the finals as the only comedian in our show's history to have tied twice and won the tiebreaker twice. Her unique brand of self-depreciative comedy, in-your-face sexual overtones, and a self-empowered delivery has made this woman truly roar. She is sharp, she is funny, she is Kristen Tinsley, everybody. Yes.
But your humor is, it's not self-deprecating, it's self-depreciative?
I don't know.
I'm all off of my English language today.
It's self-depreciative.
You can just say you hate yourself.
There's
I
no one
get
there.
it.
Yeah,
I sympathize.
Oh, okay.
So now,
I'm like, I don't want anything to drink. Sorry.
I thought she was going like
No, I'm trying to
Oh,
wave.
you wanna
win?
I'm waving at her to like use the microphone.
we
And
allowed to
You want to
drink?
win?
Was
So-
that the fan? What the fuck happened there?
Bonnie, so tell me, the third time on the show now, is third time a charm? Are you feeling more confident coming in on your third
I
time?
love Kristen, so it's, I'm calmer because
That's not what you said before.
I didn't say anything before.
I don't know about that.
No, I feel calmer because I know Kristen, and she's like, it's not like some person that I don't know well. Not that I didn't know Jeff, but Jeff, it's just, I just feel more comfortable with
Jeff's a
Kristen.
pervert. You could say it. That's all right. He looked at you like fucking Mary Kay Letourneau. I get it.
So yeah, so how about you, Kristen? The third time coming in, you think you're gonna tie again? What's going on?
I don't think I don't think it'll be a tie. I think it'll be I'm very happy to be here. I'm just happy to have the opportunity. I was always happy to compete against my friends and not strangers because this is fun. So it's just fun. It doesn't matter what happens. So.
Exactly. This is awesome, and it's good stuff.
Very
And it's
glad
good
to
to
be
see
here.
friends
I love
within
that.
the comedy community going up against each other and getting ready to do this. Are there any particular rounds you're looking forward to? Any rounds that you're trying to you just want to get over with?
I definitely the joke wheel I'm not looking forward to, but I'm definitely looking because that one's just a little too hard to prepare for. But I'm definitely looking forward to getting the Gagoots tonight because now that I knew I can come up with my own stuff, I'm gonna rip his ass
I
apart.
was like, you was too easy on last time because you're the queen of getting people like that.
I know I am, but I'm trying not to ruin my reputation here. I don't want people to be like, this is a bitch.
No, so roasting is something that you specialize in?
She's so good at it.
If we were talking to each other on the street in a conversation,
Yes.
but like when you put me on the spot and I have to say something to somebody, unless I really know you, it's hard for me to really like.
I think the last time when you went against Gagoots, you were responding to him.
Yes.
Not you were on the defense, on the offense. Hey, Carrie Kravitz is here. How you doing? You were on the defense, not the offense. So have you changed your strategy this time around?
Yeah, because now I came up with my own stuff. Like I literally just as soon as I walked out of here, I started thinking of things that I could have said.
Right.
You know, being bullied as a kid, somebody always says something to you right to your face. And then you go in the bathroom and you cry about it, and then it's like, well, I should have said this, and I should have said that.
I'm still doing that.
Yeah. We do that.
You gotta walk into a room and preemptively strike every fucking person in a room. That's
Right.
what you
That's
need to
how
do.
Just be like, if you say something to me.
Honestly, make them go home and fucking open up their wrists in a warm salt bath.
Oh my
That's
God!
what needs to happen. Listen, that's roasting. That's what it is.
Yeah. Have you been in roast battles before, Tim?
I mean, I go to family dinner at my mother's.
Oh yeah, that's
That'll
where you
do
usually
it.
get most. That's where I get all my practice
There's
from.
nothing that's
Yeah.
going to be able to get said to me that's going to upset me
hasn't been said
more
before.
than any of my family fucking functions. So.
Sure.
I have a really hard time believing like only children can do this well because you need siblings to just go
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah,
on.
right. I see
You're not,
what you're
yeah,
saying,
but when I'm a bus driver. My day job. So trust me.
So how do you not hear everything?
Oh, I hear everything.
Do you have your notepad out when they were saying some burners?
Yeah, that's where I got the monkey joke from.
Is your biggest comeback exact change, motherfucker?
No, I'm a school bus driver. My biggest comeback is sit down.
Hey,
just
retard.
because I can't say that. Can't say that. There's cameras, Charles. There's cameras.
She didn't deny it.
I'll be in jail.
It's
She
true.
didn't deny it.
She's thinking it,
Right.
for
We
sure.
all worked in schools in one way or another. I used to work
did?
in
Yes.
special ed too. Yeah.
Okay, so you. Okay.
I'm not
So you
allowed
can
within
say
100
that.
yards of ones if that counts.
Very nice. So we're getting ready to rock and roll. We're going to do the first challenge, which is the joke writing challenge, which is complicated. Now, was the punchline, having the punchline instead of the premise, was that more difficult for you guys?
No.
No,
you
it,
like-
it
you to
actually
structure
helped
it.
me, and the words helped me this time.
Yeah, the
They
words were
actually helped
easy.
me make the joke.
It was able to.
I did it all by myself.
I don't believe that.
I did.
I don't believe it.
Ask-
I
ask
don't believe it.
Ask the people
all
who
by
helped me.
myself.
You did?
That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. I can't wait to hear the joke in a little while.
Can't wait to tell
But
you.
first, I always like to ask, before we do the rock, paper, scissors, I like to ask the judges, based on first impressions, because the first thing people see when they come up on stage
Is
that
her
first-
vagina.
Yes, her.
Oh God!
You can see that
Can't
she's
see
waxed.
anything.
I can see it. Pinocchio! Pinocchio! Oh shit! The Taliban won. Fuck that.
Why are you calling for Pinocchio?
I just wanted to hear an echo. That's all.
I thought you won. I thought she might have it.
God,
He's calling for Pinocchio. I'm gonna try that tonight with my
Charles, I
fiancé.
purposely sat right here
Oh,
for
Pinocchio.
you.
It's perfect.
Oh my God!
I just want to thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah. Every time she crosses her legs, it's like what's her name in Sharon
Sharon
Stone.
Stone.
Sharon
Yeah.
Stone.
Sharon Stone.
That's my voice in my head.
Of Governor's
Charles
Radio.
is sitting there like Wayne Knight with the cigarette.
That was the voice in my head. You heard.
I always
It's,
dress like this, so this is not anything like that I did for this show.
No, I know.
Right.
I always dress
No,
like
and you look.
The kids
terrific.
must love it.
Yeah.
I'm
Rose
retired
black
2
all
years
the
now.
time.
I can wear what I want now. That's why I dress like
Fair
this.
enough.
What did you used to wear when you were?
I used to wear work clothes, like
What does that mean? Like they were dungarees?
She had to wear pants because
I had to wear
kindergartners would have
pants.
definitely crawled up her skirt.
Pinocchio.
I wore pants. Pinocchio. I don't know. You explain it to me later.
Stop all that playing in the hall! Stop all that playing in the hall!
Geppetto.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's hilarious. I'm gonna use that from now on. Going in has taught me something new. But anyhow, are you guys ready to do this?
I guess
Yes.
so.
All right. So Benny.
What do you mean now? So now, from now on, the punchline is first, right?
Yeah. So it's good. No, the punch.
Punchline's
Yeah. So
last.
instead of the premise, the punchline, they have to land on the punchline, and they have to use all the keywords. But Benny's gonna explain this all about it. Go ahead, Benny. Tell us what's going on.
Don, this is what's going on. Pinocchio!
I saw the trend.
Anyway, round one.
Hashtag Pinocchio.
We're ready to start round one, the drawing board. Every comedian should write their own material, and this round will test whatever happened to Don is happening to
It
me.
was those edibles.
Their joke writing skills like no other. Both comedians were tasked to write an original joke with an assigned punchline and 5 key words that they received 24 hours prior to tonight's show. The judges will give their scores based on originality, creativity, style, resourcefulness, and of course, Pinocchio! Funny!
Yes. All right. So now it's time to see their writing skills. Again, the punchline for this one is "Don't worry, it's bigger than it looks." Don't worry, it's bigger than it looks.
Thank you very much.
And the keywords are.
I appreciate that.
You're looking right at it, Charles. What do you think?
Yeah. The keywords are shame, amuse, unfortunate, coma, and multimedia. Shame, amuse, unfortunate, coma, and multimedia. So now, to see which one begins, we'll do rock, paper, scissors. Are you girls ready?
I don't know how to do it, so you have to tell us.
You
who
don't know how to
wins.
do rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors,
No,
shoot.
I don't. But
And
I know I'm
And
supposed.
you taught paper.
I know I'm supposed to do
be
rock
smarter.
or paper or scissors, but I don't know how to read it. So you'll have
You
to
don't know
tell me
who
what it
wins,
means.
you mean?
With that haircut,
Correct.
your sister's wives never fucking taught you how to play rock, paper, scissors? What goes on?
That's right.
Stop.
All right.
I'm a haircut.
Yeah, that's Mormon Olympics. Rock, paper, scissors.
Boy, that roasted me between my teeth.
I'm not roasting.
Throw it out, okay?
All right, so it's
This way
rock,
I'm-
paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, ready?
Ready?
Right.
So I say shoot, you throw it. What you gonna
throw
throw?
out either the
Rock, paper, or scissors?
Paper or the,
Okay.
or the scissors.
You
Ready?
just read it.
And rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
Ah.
Kristen wins.
Kristen wins.
Paper, yep, scissors.
You want
beats
me to
paper.
go
Going
first?
first.
All right.
It's not that I want you to go
Yeah,
first. You're going
yeah,
first.
she gave it to you.
All right.
All right.
Are you guys ready?
We are ready. So the joke again has to end on the punchline. Don't worry, it's bigger than it looks.
Thank you.
The words are shame, amuse, unfortunate, coma, and multimedia. Go ahead, Bonnie Scalisi.
The shame involved in dildo shopping. Do I amuse you as I check out the vibrators? I want a vibrator that's going to cause me to go into a coma. But in this multimedia world, it's unfortunate that I was secretly being filmed shopping for a vibrator. So I snuck it under my shirt. The bulge was tiny, but don't worry, it's bigger than it looks.
Very nice. Bonnie Scalisi with her joke. So when did you get the idea?
I wrote that all by
My
myself.
Nice. When did you get the idea to make it a dildo? Like when you read the joke, did you say, "Oh, dildo"?
I was thinking penis or dildo. So I knew the joke had to do something with that.
Right.
And all the words just helped me
Formulated.
formulate all
Yeah.
those words.
Yeah, it was the words.
You know,
Had nothing
I
to do
thut
with
it was funny,
experience.
but I guess
Wait, wait,
not.
wait.
No, I
Don't put
like
that away. I'm going to fuck myself with that. It'll be more useful.
Damn. Wow.
I'm kidding, Bonnie. Stop.
By the way, the Bulge Was Small was the name of my first novel.
I wrote the forward. So that's
So we'll start with you, Tim. What do you give Bonnie as a score, and tell us a little bit why?
Are we talking 1 to 10?
Yeah, 1 to 10.
I mean, it's Bonnie. That's a 7. I mean, having it 24 hours ahead.
And I was at the hospital, too.
Sympathy
point.
Wait a minute. And what did the doctor
Sympathy
say?
points.
What did the doctor say? It's bigger than it looks.
All right, so it's a 5. Thanks, coronavirus. No, I mean, you used everything there. The dildo shopping. I mean, clearly that's the way to go with it's bigger than it looks. But
I don't really use it. I'm just.
you don't use a dildo?
Wait a
do
minute.
not.
I'm taking points off.
What, you squat thrust in a fire hydrant?
I
What's
don't,
going on there?
it's in my routine. Yeah, I don't
uses-
really
You mean your
use
daily
that.
routine?
She
Wake
uses-
up. And
She uses her finger, but it's bigger than it looks.
There it is. So it's a 7.
is that why your
You
thumb
get an
has less,
Thank you, Don.
No, I had no time to get my nails done
Sure,
this
because
week.
it's bigger than it.
Yeah.
All right, Julie, what do you say? What do you give her?
I was going to give her a 6 as well.
He gave me a 7.
Well, then I'm giving you a 6 anyway. I'm giving you a
Let's,
6.
Can I change my score?
I'm giving you a 6 as well. As well, I'm giving you a 6 anyway.
Anyway, there you go.
Because you should have said you do it too. When you said I don't really use the vibrator, you ruined all the fantasy, everything that I wanted out of it. You know.
I should have. Less is more.
Yeah, less is more. Well, not from where I'm sitting. That's
It's a real
We've seen a little bit of everything.
It was a real
I
cock
didn't really-
softener.
I
I'm not
could
gonna
read
lie
lips.
to
I could read lips. Rocky's a
read
little too
lips.
smart for you.
you. You come in with a slinky dress and you're like, nah, I don't fuck myself with anything.
I like that. Yeah. It was the words that made me come
That's
up
why
with
I'm
the
so
dirty thing.
frustrated.
It had nothing to do with my perversion.
Sally, so you got a 6 from the Goonin, the great Goonin. Sally, what do you give her?
I'm going to give her a 7.
A 7
Yeah,
from
I thought it was
Sally
good.
O'Neill.
All right.
Good joke.
What do you think of the joke as a whole? 7, 7, and a 6. Yep. So, so Sally, you enjoyed that joke?
Yeah, I mean, I like the beginning and the middle better, and like I know the punchline is supposed to be the funny part, but like I thought,
Punchline.
I thought like
Oh, she's
I thought you
speaking with a
used,
mouthful.
I thought you
It's
used all
his
your
punchline.
words.
He's the
Yeah.
one that made the punchline.
Yeah, but there wasn't anything like there wasn't anything, switchy about like the ending. But I thought like the words that you were using, I thought you did a good job with that.
Thanks, Sally.
Very good. So there you go. Got some good scores there, Bonnie Scalisi.
Thanks.
All right, Kristen Tinsley, are you ready?
I am.
All right. So after hearing her joke, you feel more confident or less confident about your joke?
More confident.
We have the exact same joke, so I don't know. She stole it
About
from me.
dildos?
Yeah. Well,
I
I
knew she
actually
was
use
gonna go
dildos and have quite an extensive collection.
Oh,
I do.
wow, really?
Yeah, I do use dildos. I fuck myself a lot, so
Do you?
I do.
I use them a lot.
I got a power washer if you need fucking.
That might, I'm approaching 40. I might need that lubrication, so I'll hit you up after the show.
So how do you go about choosing the one? It depends on the day? Like you have a whole range of sizes and shapes and all kinds of weird things?
Yeah, there's definitely different
He's got the number to
sizes,
All Island
shapes.
Fence.
Yeah, there's glass ones. There's
Glass ones?
Is it
there's-
like
Whoa. She's gonna instruct me
trading
after
cards?
the show.
Got him, need him, got him.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Oh,
there is. Yeah.
so
Eeny, meeny, miny,
Are you
ho.
always on the lookout for more, for new
Yeah,
ones?
absolutely. Because there's new technology being developed every day. So
You have like the
have
ones
to
that
make
move
sure-
arond? Like,
yeah, there's
Wow.
actually one on Amazon that I've
That you have your eye
messaged
on?
several ladies like, you need to get this clit sucker right now.
Wow,
Oh,
clit
clit
yeah,
sucker.
I have good
I used to
stuff.
dance under
I
that
did
name.
tell you that. I don't want it. I'll send it to your house.
That was
I know
my
you
nickname
live.
in high school.
Honestly, God, the only glass big enough I could see working is Sam Jackson.
It's not the size.
It's a
that
great fun.
counts.
Bonnie's looking at me like fucking,
I don't know what
like
that
Terry
is.
Schiavo following a balloon.
Please buy a glass dildo. Don't stick a glass up your vagina, please.
Right, you
People
don't want to
write
do that.
that
Not
down.
any glass will do.
Everybody write that shit down.
I'll put the
'Cause I was about to
instructions
go
on
there.
our
Please
website.
don't
If you
Before you do the joke, can you do an impression of the loudest sound one of those machines makes?
Oh, somebody asked me to do this last time. Yeah, exactly. No, I can't. You're doing
Have
it
you ever
better than me.
have you ever stuck your foot
They're
or
loud.
boot
They
in
light
mud?
Up blue. You have to make
They
sure
light up blue?
Yes. You have to always read the instructions, the Amazon reviews before you buy said dildo.
Wow.
Especially a vibrator, because
This is a whole
sometimes
process.
it'll light up
Yeah.
blue, and you're trying to be incognito.
Right.
Say you're broke, you're living on someone's couch, and then you got a blue light with a vibrating
Wow,
sound. You're gonna get
yeah.
abducted by aliens.
Does it ever light up blue and you go, oh shit, it's Alexa. I put it on my...
Alexa, please go slow speed, fast
Yeah,
speed, slow
does-
speed,
yeah,
fast
does
speed,
Alexa
slow speed.
like get involved and like
Sure she
in
does.
sex? Like, does
Sure
it
she
get
does.
turned? Like, what if
Let
your
me
girlfriend's
out!
name's Alexa?
I just like the thought instead of a bat signal, it's a bat signal. That's fine.
Yeah, bad signal. Yeah.
Don't come out of your room.
I'm gonna go to Alexa the next
The
time
blue
out.
lights on, don't come out.
I'm gonna say Pinocchio.
Somebody's gonna have to explain that joke to me because you keep referencing it.
Paper, scissors. So, anyway,
Your school teacher. You know paper scissors?
No, I do once, twice, three, shoot.
That's
the
the
same
same
that's the same thing.
That's it.
No, but you do fingers and then you count. I was so long
She does
ago.
fingers.
You do fingers?
She does
Is that right?
She doesn't do the dildo.
Once,
She does
twice,
the fingers.
How many? 2,
I would
3?
love if you pulled your red marker out of your dress. I'm fun. That'd be
I'll
great.
put money. You could do the full Henson all the way down to the elbow.
We could do
The
Rainbow
full
Connection
Henson.
tonight.
That's an actual term.
We could do the Rainbow Connection tonight.
The Rainbow Connection. All right, so
sorry.
now, Kristen, are you ready for your joke after
Yes.
all of that?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Kristen Tinsley. I will remind the audience at home, and please leave your comments. We will read them later. Benny Gaguch Rizzuti will read them for you. But for the people at home just tuning in case they've forgotten, I'm going to tell them what the punchline is. It's don't worry, it's bigger than it looks is the punchline. And the key words are shame, abuse, unfortunate, coma, and amuse. My bad. Amuse. And
He's
multimedia.
getting kinky.
Yeah, I'm still thinking.
I
about
can
the-
do that, too.
I'm thinking about the dildo. Don't
worry about it.
No, but randomly
Me
chosen.
too. You want to shop?
These are randomly chosen. These words from randomwordgenerator.com. So if you want to find random words, go there. But it's shame, amuse, unfortunate, coma, and multimedia. And Kristen Tinsley, take it away.
Take it away. Do I amuse you? Am I a dancing bear? No, I can't dance. I'll fall through the floor and probably end up in a coma. You know, like that stripper that fell off her 40-foot pole?
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, you saw that?
That
Of
you
course
know.
you saw that.
That
That
you know.
video played
topical.
over all the multimedia platforms, which will definitely give her stripper high heel platforms a break for once. It's a shame she'll be out of work for so long due to all her injuries. But hopefully she doesn't develop an affliction to climbing poles. Not to worry, my dear. All men lie, okay, when they say that they have a really big penis. It's not true. It's not true at all. They'll always pull it out and say, don't worry, it's bigger than it looks.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like how you were staring at Goonan when
I'm taking a point off for that.
I was
I don't
scared
like the
for
fact-
you.
That's a point. That's a point off already. Just
He's right in my eyesight. How did I not look at
I
him?
loved it, and then your
I
tone
didn't love
changed.
it. I
Her
didn't
tone
love it.
changed also.
I didn't
She's
want
like,
my voice to echo if I
No,
leaned over this
I
way.
appreciated the tone change,
I didn't
the eye
appreciate
contact.
any of it.
I looked over at
He
Goonan.
told me you have to pick people out of the audience. That's what he said.
Yeah, no, I think that was terrific. I loved it. I wish I could score. I would give you a high score, but I can't. It's not my
Super
job.
Bowl.
We're going to start now this round.
That's an original. That's original, and that's timely.
That
Don't
is.
go
That was
there.
very good.
It's topical. It's
Topical.
topical.
It is.
Yes.
That bitch
I'm gonna
fell
give
right
you a
off.
6, but don't worry, it's bigger than it looks.
I think he likes the. I think he just likes the letter 6. Is that how high you?
The letter 6.
That's
The letter 6. Wow. Wow. Everybody's on the short bus today. The letter 6. Capital 6.
Higher
Lowercase
than that.
7.
That's why. That's the only
Wow.
letter he knows. I mean, number he knows.
Everybody
Only
back to
letter
kindergarten
he knows.
now.
Wow.
Sponsored by the number Fuck You.
So we know everybody lives near power lines.
There's something in the water
6. I'm
today.
giving you a 6.
A 6 from the Goonan. All right, Sally, what do you say about Kristen Tinsley?
By the way, it is bigger than it looks. I'd like this to go on record. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6 too. I thought it was like complicated. I like the story, and then at the end, like it just didn't go with the story. I don't know if I missed it or something.
No, I see what you're
Did
saying.
I miss that? Like it was
No,
like
it
all
felt
the
like-
stuff about pole dancing, and then it became.
It felt like two
that.
different
It
jokes.
was like 2 different jokes.
I just love the eye contact to Goonan.
And
I
but
like
yeah,
that too.
your presentation's really good. You know, I liked the tone and stuff. I thought that was great.
So 6 from Sally, a 6 from Goonan. And what do you got to say, Tim?
Oh wow, good.
I'm actually going to give you an 8.
An 8 from
Thank
Tim.
you.
For the topical stuff, but I will tell you this. Don't fucking talk like Tennessee Williams wrote your fucking joke. Honestly. Like
He
you're
did.
fucking opining on stage. It's not a one-man show. Just fucking say it. Thank you. But topical, delivered well, aside from the fact that it's a Friends Romans Countrymen stop. We're not doing Glass Menagerie. You're talking a stripper falling off a fucking 20-foot
Yeah.
pole.
40-foot pole.
Was it 40?
Wow, she fell
40.
from 40
She fell
foot.
40 feet
Wow.
and landed on her face.
So wait,
Wow.
you gave
And then just kept dancing.
Broke a jaw.
you gave it a letter 8?
The letter
The letter 8. Yeah.
I just want to make sure you gave it a letter
I
8.
did.
Very good. Very good. Give it up for these two girls, for
Yeah.
women here, for coming up with jokes. Both very sexually explicit, I
Yeah.
have to say. I'm actually a little aroused right now. But that said,
I felt it.
Oh wow, it's bigger than it looks.
but no, that was very awesome, very creative job, ladies. I appreciate that. I know this isn't easy to do. You get these jokes, and you have to write it within a time. You got personal things going on with your hospital or wherever you're at. With your dildo
My
collection.
son was in the
Yeah.
hospital. I
Oh
was
look,
there.
it's getting worse.
See, now that's comedy. Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's a challenge, and you guys both met the challenge, and I appreciate that. Very good. So now, Tim, you do stand up. You've opened up for Jay Okerson and stuff like that. How when you start to build punchlines, what's your methodology of writing jokes? Do you come up with the punchline first, or how do you work it?
I come up with it's a premise. It's a premise first. It's really basically based on what is annoying me on a given day. Honestly, because that's where it builds from. My utter disdain for society generally is where, like, you know, honestly, it only takes a scroll through Facebook to fucking annoy the shit out of me and want to rip people apart.
Through Facebook.
That's all it is. Like, society has let me down so much that, like, you know, I'm welcoming World's End. Like, let's let it happen.
Just let it all end.
Coronavirus,
let's go.
terrific. Let's do it.
Now,
Fantastic. Holy shit! I'm tired of fucking anti-vax soccer moms. I'm done with all of it. Stop. I don't need to know your fucking soapbox, whatever your deal is. I'm done.
do you think like being you're a young guy, right? Are you in your
I'm
early
41.
You're 41. Oh,
I'm
wow,
in my
you're
early
I
30s.
thought you were in your 30s.
Nah, it's the fatness that keeps me puffy, Don. Thanks.
But do you you're seem like a curmudgeon at a young age? Is that help your comedy to have that? Like, would you want to be happy and then not be a comedian, or do you want to be a curmudgeon and then have great material?
I mean, tell that to the camp counselor that fingered me, Don. I don't.
Pretty good.
That's right. Not without my cheese helmet.
Oh, damn.
No, listen. I just I don't think anything would stop me from just being generally irritated. It's just who I am, and crowd working because you're angry is the most fun thing ever.
Oh, so you work the crowd a lot too.
How do you not?
Yeah,
How do
no,
you
that's
not?
good.
People are fucking ridiculous. They really are. They're just right. You know, like that's your thing, right? You right on the spot. You want to break people down, and I guess it's growing up. Listen, I don't know. You walk as a kid. You grow up a fat kid, and you're ready to fucking take down anybody.
Yeah.
Standing
Anybody.
there, like, just like sitting there, like you're up there telling jokes, and they're just sitting. And if you don't know how to come out of your routine to say something, then it just.
There's nothing you can say to me that I haven't looked in a mirror and said to myself. Honestly, every morning. So
That's why I can't have the hand.
that's where it comes from. It comes from a sense of anger.
So your childhood
My childhood
has
Thanks, Mom.
This is like psychotherapy. So listen,
I'm a
so-
social worker.
Yeah.
So yes.
Oh, you really? So, but your childhood has kind of made you this curmudgeon-y guy
Well,
that
it's-
gets
I mean,
irritated easily.
We all get into comedy because it's kind of a defense mechanism, I would think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, so that's it comes from a place of anger. It's like, you know, before you're gonna shit on me, here's what I think about you.
You strike
and
first.
That's what it is. You strike first.
Yeah.
Preemptive striking is exactly what I said. So yeah, that's where it comes from. And then I throw myself out there to be made fun of, which, you know, I love. I really do. I love being picked on. That's great.
But then you could fire back, and then that's like, it builds character, thickens the skin.
It has to thicken the skin. It has to. I mean, I'm 350. How much fucking thicker can I get? Honestly, I'm the worst person to sit next to on a plane.
Do you notice that when you're walking down the aisle, people start losing eye contact with you and shit? And they're like,
Dude, he's walking down the aisle. Is he checking over there? What's going on?
where's he going? Oh, God, please no. Please no. I'll think I
Why is he walking down the aisle sideways? Did we do it wrong?
They're just thinking, okay, he's on the left side. The plane's going to be canted the entire fucking flight.
Now, going in, like, for you came up in Pip's Comedy Club in Brooklyn, which is one of the notoriously hardest places to do stand-up back in the day.
Yeah.
Tell me about having thick skin there. How did that come into play? And did you ever work the crowd?
Yeah, I would mostly work the crowd, but I just made stuff up. I was really just a vessel from God, the Lord Jehovah, the Nazarene. I really just have that ability. But yeah, Pips was tough. Pips was tough because people would talk back to you and fight you and argue with you. That was a great place. It made you tough. I remember I remember there was this fella who used to go to the. He was at the bar right next door from Pips, a place called Captain Walters, and he was a fisherman, because it was Sheepshead Bay was a fisherman town really, and they're all like transient people. So I remember after the show one time I was there and I was joking with this guy and just being a dick to him basically. And he's a big man, and he was a very tall man, like 6'6" at least, older man, white hair. He had a windbreaker on. He had one hand in his pocket.
Was it God?
It was not God. It was not God, the Lord Jehovah the Nazarene. But it was this fella, and he just started arguing with me, and he got mad at me, and he said, "Did I ever show you my big hand? Did I ever show you my big hand?"
Was it bigger than
like
it
we
looks?
had met before? Now
And
he
he'd
was already
warned you
tall,
about
so
it.
his regular hand was big. He
Right.
took out his right hand, and it was big. It was bigger than his regular hand.
Oh my God!
And he put it around my head and started to shake it. He went like this, and I was like, "No, please stop!" It was like when you're on a roller coaster. And then the bartender go, "No, he's a comic. He's okay. Oh, you're a comic. You're okay. Yeah." Did I ever show you the big hand? And then
Wow.
I remember the next day I went to Pips and I was like, there was this guy at the bar next door who took out his hand. He goes, "Yeah, Eddie the Hand. Eddie the Hand."
Welcome to Brooklyn.
Eddie the Hand.
And that's why clapping, one clap, always scares the hell out of me. It's the hand.
It's Eddie the Hand. He's
Every
gonna
time you
get-
see something that says #1 fan on it, yeah, I start having flashbacks. I get it.
It's bigger than it looks.
It's bigger than it looks.
So,
That was Pips.
Gagoots, how you doing over there, buddy? Are we ready with the wheel? We're gonna get ready with the
Are we
wheel
doing the
soon.
wheel or the gagoots?
The wheel next.
Oh, okay.
Then the
I'm
Gagoots.
scared of that.
So
I don't like the wheel.
The wheel challenge is a tough challenge.
there.
This is when everyone has to have a joke ready to go. We're gonna spin the wheel and then do the joke. And there's a whole bunch of variety of different jokes. We have knock jokes, we have dad jokes, corny jokes, mama jokes, children's jokes.
Blatantly racist. For the holidays.
That's not gonna be good.
Observational hack jokes. Those are like classic hack jokes that everyone knows. Best celebrity impressions, political jokes, and comics choice are all on there. We're going to set the wheel up over here, so we'll just move scooch down a little bit so we don't completely cover Tim up.
It's all right. I could use the thinning.
And then we'll go in there.
That sounds like a great movie title.
And then Heather Lerman's going to come out. Heather Lerman is here. She is our she is a Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up alumni. Come on in, Heather.
I'm here cheering on my girls.
Yes.
Ladies in comedy.
So Heather will be spinning the wheel of jokes, and then but
It's
first we're
not
gonna-
actually on the screen though,
Yeah.
so it's got to like
Has to go
come.
like where the mic is.
Okay, so yeah, Benny will work the mic. There we go. Let us know when we're
Still
looking
It
good.
needs to come this way.
Come that way. You want me to slide this way?
Oh, I was wrong. Yes, you're right. Yeah, more that way.
All right, so
No,
that's where we
more,
get
more
it.
towards. Yeah.
Oh, then you can sit at the edge
I'll sit
there.
over here.
Yeah, be
That's
seen.
fine.
More,
There you
little
go.
more.
All right.
Yeah, put it like between you guys, I guess.
Like right
Okay,
here.
get it
Yeah,
off the
get
wire.
rid of the
so
headphones
it's
there.
not on the-
Yeah, this should probably. I mean, if I were like to frame something, I would.
Everybody got scared. It's a piece of plastic.
The wheel of jokes,
Yeah.
everyone. So before we do the wheel, I
Can you
will.
see Heather?
Yeah, Heather's.
No.
Oh, okay. We need Heather in the shot because she is our Vanna White.
Well, I'll go back and forth. So, but Heather doesn't have a. Where's
Can
your
we get on that
the
camera?
microphone?
If we move the wheel here, we can get on that camera. There we go. Hold on, let's get it. There we go. Right there. Just make sure it's level.
Maybe a little more.
Do you have her?
Maybe a little bit more towards Benny.
A little more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. We'll
No,
get
it's-
this right like next week.
Yeah, we'll get this right. This is the wheel
Is
of
this
jokes.
on?
It's always, well, we gotta make sure it's level. Just so it's, okay. That should be good. All right, so I'm gonna explain to everybody what's going on here. Are you ready? Here we go. With the graphics and
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on.
no,
for a
it's all
second.
good, all good. Whenever there's any kind of movement around this, we could change the cameras. And all. Are you ready to rock? From knock jokes to political satire, a comedian should always be armed with a hilarious antidote. So each comedian will spin the wheel of jokes and must tell a funny joke with a setup and punchline for whatever categories they land on. They will each have 4 spins and 4 jokes. All right. Heather, how you doing?
I'm doing good. And don't kill the wheel spinner.
All right, here we go. Heather.
Who's first?
Oh, well, who went first the last time? It was you, so now we will start off with Kristen Tinsley.
Kristen Tinsley.
So, Kristen, you could sit
you
right next
ready?
to her over there. Yeah.
Are
Hey.
you ready?
Oh, you got it. Stop.
I'm not
Stop.
good at these jokes.
Heather, you know what? How about you hand the handheld to Kristen, and right behind you is a microphone. You could just talk right into it. No,
Okay.
don't touch it. Just talk into it.
Alrighty.
Originally, the wheel was
Like
square.
Vince Vaughn's
Don't
hand.
touch it. Yeah.
All right.
Are you ready, Kristen?
Here we go.
Too slow.
The wheel is going around, and let's see where it lands. It lands on knock
Knock
jokes. Kristen Tinsley with a knock joke is her first one.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
I don't like knock jokes.
Knock jokes who?
I don't like knock jokes because I'm not good at them. That's it. I hate knock jokes. I'm just not good at it.
All right, she does not like knock jokes, everybody. All right, so spin the wheel again, Heather.
I gotta go 4 times.
Four times.
God, watch, gonna land on a knock joke again. Oh, observational. Joke.
Observational
hey.
joke.
Who tells knock jokes? Who are these
Observational joke. You know, I've noticed about society, people do not mind their own fucking business. Like when they're in the laundromat and you're trying to put your clothes into the dryer as fast as you can, and all of a sudden they gotta be like, oh, you dropped a sock! You dropped a sock! Hey, you dropped a sock right there. And then they gotta pick it up and they gotta touch it. But then, later on, when a child goes missing, nobody sees anything. They didn't see that at all. Nobody observed that. Not one bit. Child's gone. Nobody observed it. There you go. Observational joke.
I have 2 socks and 1 child.
So
Yeah.
basically, the kids should keep their socks on and they would find
Yeah. This is terrible.
That should have been the punch on
That should have
that.
been the punchline.
Thank you.
My kid also under my bed most of the time.
Here we go.
Oh, I wish it was a mom.
Children's
just
joke.
did
Here we
one.
go. Forward a little bit so more.
I don't want to be on camera. This is embarrassing. A children's joke? Geez, a children's joke. What did the bus driver say to the child?
What did the bus driver
What?
say?
Move up to the front of the bus and sit there and keep your mouth shut because you're being really bad.
To get to the other side.
Yeah, to get to the other side. I'm terrible. I'm telling you, I'm terrible at this.
Last one.
Here's the last joke.
Oh, thank God.
Kristen Tinsley. Wow. Another knock joke. Come on, Kristen, I believe in you.
All right, I'm gonna go back to. Huh?
Together, everything you do.
Okay. Knock.
Who's there?
A child trick or treating.
Child trick-or-treating who?
A child trick or treating. I'm bringing back your clean sock because that's the only thing that people found when I went missing. The ends. Yay!
Wow.
Sometimes people bomb and they suck, and that's me tonight. I'm not good at this.
Hey, to your defense, you did say you were not going to do good on the wheel of jokes today.
I'm not. I just because I know I'm not. I never did joke telling like that. I could watch other people do it, and I feel like I could Google really quick, like mama jokes. Like I've
Right.
got good mama jokes, dad jokes, all that stuff, because I grew up. That's what we grew up with.
Right.
But to watch other there's a whole list out there on the internet. And I don't want to take other people's stuff and then people are like, oh, that's been done before. I'm an original person, and I don't like.
I'm an original person.
I'm an original
I don't
person.
do
Yeah,
shit like this with a
original.
wheel. I'm an original person.
Exactly. The wheels. It's your turn.
Well, wait. We still got to score, and
I want to score. Just give me a 0.
Heather, how you doing over there?
I'm doing great. Come on, guys. It's all fun.
She's trying to talk you off the ledge.
I'm trying to back into the corner here.
I'd love to see her talk you off the ledge for real. Like if you were really gonna jump. Off
I would have jumped. I would have
Come
jumped.
on, it's all fun. It's all fun. Jump off.
Goodbye, cruel world. The ledge would probably break before I get a chance to get talked back.
You
But
just tell people to move to China and they'll be fine.
Just move to
No,
China.
you get the coronavirus.
That's why she wants us.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Talking
the.
if they want to go.
Oh.
If they want to kill themselves,
Coronavirus.
just go to the China.
I heard him.
You told him to kill himself. You're a mean lady with a sweet
No.
face.
I'm going by his joke.
Oh.
The
I
coronavirus.
know.
The
Don't
coronavirus.
bang it on me.
I know, right? He's
I
like,
want nothing to do with what just happened. I gotta be honest with you.
she just told everybody to go die.
Yeah, everybody go.
With her sweet
to
face, she
China.
was like, please die. Brought to you by death. 10 million strong.
and growing.
I'm telling
All it takes is a
everyone
Wilma. That's it.
they're great, and it doesn't matter. It's for fun.
That's what
Now,
I'm saying.
Heather,
That's
you've
what
been
I'm
on.
saying.
You've been on the show.
I was on the show.
You've gone through these rounds. Tell everybody about the experience you had and how hard this is.
But talk more into the microphone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
My experience it's very tough, and I know they've come so far. You guys are almost at the finals. Look how far you made it. No matter what, you're winners.
Yes.
I don't agree with that at all.
No matter what, you're winners.
Means nothing.
Don't speak for us.
It's like being nominated for the Oscars.
Yeah, it's very
Losing.
close. It's right there with the
Yeah,
Oscars.
you're right
Yeah, you still
there.
get to go home empty-handed. It's great.
No, you got a
Unless
box
you have a
of
dildo in
chocolates.
your pocket.
Yeah,
They got
there
a box
you
of
go.
chocolates
Which
and a
apparently both of you
T-shirt.
do.
That's the award.
Isn't that what an Oscar is?
They got a box of chocolates
I
and a
got
T-shirt.
chocolate.
I
Yes.
didn't get
Drown
anything
my
when I was
sorrows
on the
in
show, so
chocolate.
they're already ahead.
That's getting
got
to level
chocolate.
2.
Sadly
Yeah.
enough,
I did give you
that's
chocolate.
got
the
it
only
right.
thing I got for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Oh,
But
Well-
that's another story.
Well, this can all change before the night's over.
at least you found your phone.
Spin the wheel.
The show's really tough, but I told Don I absolutely love this show. I think it's great for beginner comics, legendary comics. It's great for everybody. Everyone's in the same room together. That would never happen years ago, right?
Right.
No,
wouldn't-
I would never.
You would never have spoken to them. Never. Everyone's meeting, and the show premise is just great that Don's bringing everybody together and giving beginners a real shot out here. You had to work
Thank
your
you.
ass off so hard back in the day. Aren't you pissed? They just get to come
pissed.
on.
I'm pissed. Peak hour tickets to get to this motherfucker.
I worked an after-wedding bus going to a fucking bar.
Oh my God! I've driven
Actually,
people
2 of 'em.
after a wedding home on a charter. It's not fun.
Fucking awful.
They don't laugh at anything. They'll kill
With a
you.
fucking CB.
then
So you
hand
know
you
what? This is
$2.
fantastic.
Yeah. So their dues are getting quicker and quicker these days.
Yeah,
you know?
and helping build the comedy community here and getting everybody close together, all different levels of comics, getting to know
Exactly.
each other and work together and all of that stuff. And I appreciate that, Heather. I'll give you the 20 for saying that later. But thanks again.
The
all
show
right.
is tough, but
So-
you know what? You guys made it really fun. You should be proud of yourselves.
Yes, thank you.
Hey.
Heather Lerman's Words of Wisdom.
Are you
All right.
ready for the wheel, Bonnie Scalise?
Well, first we got to do our
We gotta
scores.
score it. We gotta score it.
We're starting with Sally on Kristen Tinsley's score. What do you think about Kristen Tinsley's performance with the Wheel of Jokes?
Yeah, man, Kristen. I just think you got a raw deal with the, the wheel.
Doesn't sound
And
good.
I actually, so I was gonna, but you have to judge it how you play it.
Look at Sally.
So
trying
I
to
was,
be
I'm
diplomatic.
so worried. Yeah, I know.
She started off with, "Gee, what a raw deal."
It is. You got a raw deal. But so I was thinking to myself, you're probably, sad enough at like a 5. But then that last knock joke, you brought back like another joke from something else, and that's really difficult to do while someone's just staring at you. So I'm gonna go with a 6.
A 6 for Kristen Tinsley.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna. Is it my turn?
We'll go
Oh,
Tim,
sorry.
and then Tim, what do you get?
You're giving her points for a fucking callback?
Yeah,
On
she got
another shitty fucking.
Yes, I'm totally doing that because callbacks are so
You
difficult.
failed, and you failed again.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm totally doing that. Because you could write a callback, but she did it on
I'm
the
giving him
fly.
a
Listen,
That was good.
I get it.
Shut up,
like
Tim.
it's not easy for everybody to do. Listen, I would probably fucking eat my own balls in a given situation.
I just
And you
visualized
did. You
that.
ate your own balls.
Wait a minute, is this an audition?
I grew some and ate them.
If this was an audition, you better be Coco. A 4.
It was rough. You had a rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sally, for
Really
backing
good. Yeah, you did.
A 4 from Tim.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, now I'm giving you a capital 5.5.
5.5.
I was gonna give you a 5, but you did mention that a child went missing, so an extra point, extra half point.
Retarded child.
It was a retarded
Oh.
child. 6.
No.
6.0.
I don't appreciate being the bad cop in this good cop, bad cop action.
I think you're comfortable with it.
Okay.
See,
All
I
right.
got a 6. You
All
got
right.
it?
I like that a retarded child went missing. He doesn't
Wow.
know he's missing. All right.
Now, Bonnie, you've seen what just happened. Are you? How are you
Did you
prepared?
call the cops?
Are you prepared for
Bonnie's
this
still trying to
wheel?
figure out what rock,
Does
paper,
this
scissors,
work?
paper is.
Huh?
Is this working?
What's
Yes.
working?
Oh, okay. I prepared and I have it
Yeah, I
written
hear
down
you
on
fine.
papers.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Scissors.
it is what it is.
And do you write your own?
Well, that's confident.
Are you writing your own jokes, or are you taking them off the internet? Are you doing?
I had help with my boyfriend. Helped me a little bit.
Okay, but they're self-made written jokes.
Oh, where's he?
I told him to leave because he makes me nervous
He makes
watching
any jokes.
Because he's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take credit. Is that what
He'll come back later when it's over.
Okay, very good. So
Let's get it over
But
with.
these are
Let's
all
start.
original
He's
jokes.
watching
They're all
mine.
original jokes. They're not jokes you can find on the internet either.
It's it depends.
All right.
It depends.
All right. Well,
I
very
put my
good.
spin on them. Let's say that.
Okay.
I put my spin on them.
Okay, if you put your own spin on them, then that's
Oh,
fine.
because it's a wheel.
All right.
I get
See
it.
what she
So,
did there?
are you ready, Heather?
I'm ready.
And
Ready?
let's
yeah.
spin
Number 1.
the wheel.
Knock,
A knock joke.
This is a weighted wheel, man.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Dewey.
Dewey who?
Do we have to use a condom?
No, we don't. No,
Looking at Charles.
we don't have to. No,
Pinocchio.
no we don't have to.
That was good. I like that one.
That joke gave me Simplex 3. That was awesome.
All right, it's time for joke 2.
Joke number 2. Or B. Dad joke.
Dad joke. All right, here we go. Bonnie Scalisi
many
with a dad
pages?
joke.
If you notice, my theme is sex. Okay.
I've
Dad
not noticed.
joke. I'm so glad I'm wearing pants.
What do boobs?
You kicked your
Are you
boyfriend
are
out.
you guys ready?
Yeah.
What
Yes.
do boobs and toys have in common?
What?
Sold separately.
They were both originally made for kids, but daddies end up playing with them.
Very nice.
All right, you know what? Can you do it again? Because I missed the first part. Sorry.
Sure. What do boobs and toys have in common?
What?
They were both originally made for kids, but daddies end up playing with them.
Okay, cool. I'm glad
you
I
go.
asked again.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
stuff.
much funnier the second time.
All right,
right.
spin the wheel again. Heather Lerman with the
Number
wheel.
3.
Our
ones
own Vanna
suck.
White
I hate-
right
I don't-
here.
I'm getting all bad ones. It's right in the middle.
What is
That is the red.
Joke about-
bad expectations.
What is it?
Experiences.
Experiences.
I
One time-
can't even-
Joke about a bad experience.
Experiences
Joke
spelled
about
wrong.
bad experiences. You don't need your paper for that. Talk about your marriage.
Okay.
Talk about the wheel.
Yeah. That's the one joke I didn't prepare for ahead of time. Yes, that too.
Nice.
So a bad experience is getting a joke about something I didn't prepare for. So I'm just going to say, what about love?
We don't have to wear a condom.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, I've had a bad experience with this joke, and that's it.
All right.
So the joke is the experience with that joke.
You
I
gave
was prepared for all the other fucking jokes.
You have 8 pieces of
I'm
paper.
prepared,
experience
and
with a
you had to
joke?
pick the three shitty
Joke about
ones.
bad experiences is not one of the ones last
Right.
time.
That's right. It was
What's
not on
going
there
on?
last time.
Killed on that.
They
Killed on
took
that one.
photos, obviously.
Yeah. Ready to spin it?
All
The
right,
fourth
clock.
joke
Oh,
here.
I thought I was done.
No, we got one more,
All
Bonnie.
right. It better not be bad experience again.
Redeem yourself
Well, I
here.
cannot control the wheel.
Are you ready? Number 4, Quattro.
There we go. Here
got
we go.
something
What's it
new.
gonna be?
Mama joke.
joke.
Oh, God.
All
You're so
right.
lucky.
I hate the mama jokes.
Mama.
Page 7, section 3A.
All right. What's
Your mama's so dumb she had a bad experience with a joke.
I'm Jewish, so what's mom's most favorite wine in the wintertime?
What?
I want to go to Florida. Right,
Very
that's it.
nice. The joke wheel.
I didn't get any of the ones I wanted, so Chris,
a good
don't
thing
feel
you
that
brought
bad.
notes,
I was
okay.
much better
We'll
prepared.
definitely give it to you, girl. Because
I love
Bonnie Scalisi. Well, stay there, Bonnie. We're gonna get you. The judges are gonna go over it. So, was this hard for you? You
It would
got.
have been if you had picked any of the other freaking jokes.
Well, it's
I
a
had really
random
good
wheel.
stuff.
It's a random
I don't
wheel.
like that wheel.
That's the
Wheel's
game.
terrible.
The wheel sucks.
I'd rather pick a piece of paper out than have to. It's too nerve-wracking to watch it spin around and spin around.
Well, that's
and
the
be like, I
point.
don't have a joke prepared for that. Please, God,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
step
yeah.
on that.
I have bad luck. I have bad
I
luck.
get it. You both went bankrupt, so.
You know, the earlier comics didn't complain as much.
I know. Yeah.
Where are women?
Wow.
Very
She
whiny.
just weren't on Facebook
Yeah.
at the time.
And sometimes when you get a joke you're not prepared for, you just got to wing it. You just got to reach from within. And they even told you, go with your marriage. You could have said, oh, my biggest mistake. You have a lot of jokes about your ex.
That's not funny.
But you could have had stock
It's
jokes
sad.
in your act that you could have used.
Oh, I didn't.
And
Even,
you
I didn't even
target
think
your
of that.
material.
On the fly. You
didn't think of
able to do
using
that.
the jokes from your act.
I didn't. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, you forgot you had an act.
I could see
Yeah.
getting caught up in the game and not thinking, oh, I have an act.
Yeah,
But
I forgot.
sometimes you got to be ready for everything that comes at you.
Yeah.
But you did a great job. I think you had a lot of good stuff prepared, and then I think you rolled with it. You tried to make something out of the joke, the bad experience.
He's being very nice.
I was gonna say Don is the sweetest man alive.
Thanks, Don.
You got it. So we're gonna start this one off. I believe now we start back with you, Tim.
Oh, good. Wow. Well, I mean, you were prepared.
Prepared for the apocalypse.
You know, I mean, that's
She
something.
was a teacher for 37 years.
I mean,
Color coded and everything.
some of those jokes were internet written.
Yeah.
So I mean, that right there with me is a rough one. I would say 3. So,
Wow, 3 for Bonnie Scalise.
you know, like prepared is one thing.
look
To take the stuff off of the internet is another.
Bad Michael.
right.
Bad Michael.
Oh, you're doing better.
Sorry.
All right, Charles Goonan, the great Goonan. What do you have to say about Bonnie's Wheel of Jokes?
I was going to give you a 4, but we don't have to wear a condom. So it's 4.5
On a good day.
on a good day, you know. And I'm going to give you a 4.5 and a rash.
So yeah, the knock knock joke got you the little extra bump. All right,
Bumps all over, really.
Sally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go with a 6. I thought it was
Thanks.
All right, a 6.
that was good.
A 6 of
Sally.
Bonnie. That's a tough one. The Wheel of Jokes is very hard. As
We
both
both
you
hated
ladies
the Wheel
have
of
seen.
Jokes.
Yes, the Wheel of Jokes is very hard, and it's going to be. If you guys make it to championship round, it's 4 rounds of the Wheel of Jokes. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I better start sleeping with comics so that I can help you.
no, very good job there.
My boyfriend's not a comic.
What?
You might want to find. You might want to find a
Oh,
comment.
okay.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll sleep with your boyfriend soon.
Very good. Give it up for the ladies, and we'll get the wheel out.
I will take the wheel out.
Take
I
it
say
away.
the
Heather
rest of
Lerman, give it up for Heather, our very own Vanna White is
Yes,
here.
thank you, Heather.
Yes.
You can drop that
Don't trip
wheel.
over
I say the rest of the
Oh,
show's
sorry,
the
Kristen,
wheel.
'cause you're-
I would say let's
Let's
absolutely.
bring back the wheel again.
What's wrong with the wheel?
The
Why is
wheel
the wheel so
great.
scary?
Yeah, they
You know what?
just
Like
Because I had stuff
We
I
don't-
thought, that I thought
we
was
don't
much
practice
better,
like
and
that.
It didn't,
Like, we don't do
come up what I wanted.
Homework.
We don't have that. No,
It's like
no, we do. I
gambling
have a whole thing
and
of jokes,
losing.
I get it.
but
I get it. It's not easy to be put on the spot with something you're not prepared for.
Especially
but
something that goes round and round.
you got to be able to.
You
to
got to
do it.
roll
I
with
didn't
it.
pick up like a joke book before I became a comic.
But
You don't need one. You just need to hate people and whatever else and be ready
It's
to
not,
go.
if you had told me about a joke about hating people, if that was on the wheel,
Well,
I
you
would
turned
totally
it.
got it.
You can spin
You twist
anything.
it.
Knock, knock.
Right.
Who's there? Houston PD. Bang. That's all you need.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like, what else do you need?
He does not like Houston police officers. Now we
I
know.
didn't say that. I just said, you know,
Bang.
they're a little quick on the draw. It happens.
But you see that?
You had time to think about that, sir. I'm just kidding.
I don't think about shit. Have
Yeah,
we,
I think
have
that
we
came
met?
off the top. I think that came off the dome. Benny, how we looking with everything, buddy? We getting any?
Oh,
any
now it's the classy part.
Buddy, we got a lot of people are watching this show
oh,
tonight.
wow,
Yeah,
very good.
well,
They're watching these two here.
Well, we have a few comments on the ladies on what you're wearing. Pete Carney says you both look like you're dressed for a funeral.
Yours.
Yeah, I really wish it was Pete Carney.
Jeff Posey says that Bonnie wears things at a mid-vagina.
That's because he lost to me.
Robin DeVito is having a great time watching. My wife Nancy Rizzuti is
Yeah,
watching. She's having a
Nancy.
good time.
How you doing, Nancy?
Alan Streisfeld, who is a great guy. We got to get him on as a judge. He'd be a fun judge. And Mandy Jones, the birthday
Yes,
girl.
Mandy Jones.
Happy birthday, Mandy!
She's waiting for you guys.
She's
next
feeling
week.
better and better.
And Bruno L. Coppola. Da, 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 da,
Bruno
is
yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
so
good. Awesome.
you better watch what do you say.
They're all watching. They just didn't click on it.
Stirring the sauce. by the way.
Jeff Bossy is a mid vagina, by the way. It's a,
Oh.
His,
So
Jeff
what we're
is-
gonna
Love
do
you, buddy.
now-
his vocal range is mid-vagina.
What we're gonna do now is we're gonna get ready. We're gonna have Heather come back. If you ladies could take a little break, if you and Heather's gonna come and give us a word from our sponsor.
yes.
And it's Heather Lerman is gonna be here.
5 minutes?
Yes, you got about 5. So Heather is way better, easier on the eyes than Arnie Price, who normally does this. So we're gonna have Heather Lerman come in here, and she is. I don't know where Arnie's actually performing tonight somewhere. Yeah, so we're gonna have Heather's coming in here. Heather, you can stand right on camera, right where you were here, and you can go talk into that microphone like you did. You can move the mic a little forward.
Turn your back to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. It's fine. That's how recording works.
Island Ice Hockey by MHL.
Can you stand a little bit further back by the?
Yeah, there you go.
Can
All
you
right.
hear me?
Yes,
It goes up. Yeah. It goes up to you. I think so, right? Yeah.
it's bigger than it looks.
Call back.
Okay.
10 points.
All right, Heather Lerman, tell us what our sponsor is.
Our sponsor tonight is Island Ice Hockey by MHL. From weekday to weekend, from novice to experienced, from 16 to 60 plus years old, Island Ice Hockey has a team for everyone. Sign up at iceislandhockey.com. That's iceislandhockey.com. Or call 631-262-0543 for more information. Remember, get those kids on skates because when they get older, old guys look cute in skates and hockey sticks.
Nice. Yes. Heather, stay there for a second. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit. So, you love guys on hockey skates.
There's nothing sexier than guys on skates playing hockey.
So right there, it should be a reason for every guy now to go and join and
Straight
get their
guys,
skates. Yeah.
Not straight guys. Doesn't
You
matter.
like to knock straight guys on
Doesn't
stage? That's
matter.
it?
Guys on skates that could.
Just
I'm
an
jealous
army of
'cause
Johnny Weirs. That's fine.
Yeah, the figure skaters and their sticks are different. But the hockey sticks.
hockey,
Fucking dumb.
nothing like hockey. You could join your kids up at 6. There's leagues. There's leagues for 60-year-olds.
Yeah, so all ages can do this, and it's good for them too. It's an activity, you know.
Yep.
So
Exercise.
if you saw
It's an
Activity, you know.
Kinda like murder.
activity.
so if you saw a 60-year-old guy skating around, he becomes more attractive, right?
Of
'Cause he's
course,
out there.
because he's in shape,
Right.
hopefully. But he's not, knocking down the beers. But obviously, 60-year-old on skates is doing pretty well, right?
Yes.
So
Very good.
keep up that exercise. Get on those skates. Join a team. Have some fun. Be part of the community.
Yes, indeed. Heather Lerman, thank you so much. Island Ice Hockey.
Island Ice Hockey. Call today.
Yes, give them a call.
That was amazing.
Join. Get on there. They have leagues for everyone. They'll place you on a team. All that good stuff at Island Ice Hockey. Get in shape, and then Heather Lerman will think you're sexy.
Honestly.
And that's the worth the price of admission right there, folks. All right, so we got our contestants back in here. Is everyone ready? Yeah, we'll get Kristen
back
Tinsley to
in.
come back in. Kristen, come on back. And then get in your places, everyone, on this. And we're going to get in ready for the big battle. So you begin. You're going to start this one off.
Okay.
Here we
This
go.
is the battle versus the Gagoots. Now, Bonnie,
I can't wait.
you have battled the Gagoots 3 times.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Has each round battling him getting easier for you, or are they harder to come up with insults?
I don't like insulting people. I'm the opposite of him. So
You just
it's hard
insulted
for
him.
me.
But that was
you
an
said
insult.
you like to insult people.
I fucking live to insult people. You got 5 minutes? I can fucking dress you down.
I know
I
you
mean, as
could.
fucking dressed down as you are.
But so you're not comfortable doing the roast, but you've done it twice already. This will be the 3rd time. What are you doing different? What's your game plan?
Well,
versus
I
the
heard
Gagoots?
one of the judges from some other show tell
There's
a
another
contestant from this
Another
show,
episode, yeah.
another episode that you got to go in hard at the beginning.
That was
Thank you.
Anthony Rodia.
Thank you very much.
Said that.
Okay, yes.
Yes, absolutely you do. Yes. You want to win this, don't you? All right.
That is how it's bigger than it looks.
Yeah. Pinocchio.
I started a thing.
But yeah, so now you got to go. You're going to go in hard. You're going to go in first. You're going to take the offense. You're going to do this.
I'm going to be the offense.
Very good.
So dirty.
All right, so Gagoots,
Fresh
you're
from
also going through. This is your third time battling
back from
Bonnie Scalisi.
dodging barrels from Donkey Kong.
It's gotta be
Listen,
a pizza box.
I got it.
Who has the pizza box?
Are you getting hungry? I see you
Italian.
drooling.
Oh,
Don't you?
dude, I'm weeping for my ancestors.
This is the town where I come from, right here. Go to Balota. We make a really
Put you
good
in that box and
ricotta.
bury you in it.
Cross your legs.
Yeah.
You see your garlic.
Hey, we make a pizza box of coffins. That's a good idea. You and me, we make our own business.
That's good. I'll toss you up in the air right now.
I like this guy. What kind of Italian name is a Tim? I'm Tim. There's no Tim in it. You yell in Sicily, Tim, Tim, and they hear you in.
Fire. They call it
Yeah. They probably hear you in Germany or some shit.
You told him.
fine.
You definitely told him.
Look at a family full of, yeah, seriously. Family full of goose steppers you have. Great.
So you better get a check of your DNA.
What kind of a name is Tim?
Italiano name. That's an
Hey, last
Italiano
name's
name.
Saliani. Listen, fucking Mario Perillo. Settle down.
So,
I give you a tour to Italy. you never
just
come
did.
back.
Thanks.
I'm okay. This is a nice guy. I like this guy.
yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
So
I like this guy too.
Yeah, the great Goonies.
And I love his sound.
That's
I love his
awesome.
sound.
Yes.
Do 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 do.
So when working on insults for Bonnie, was it harder now? Now, this is the third time around. You got to insult the same person 3 times in. You know.
You know, the first time you go easy. The second time you go a little rough. Third time we go anal tonight.
Oh, God.
So you're Greek. You're actually Greek. Is that what you're saying?
Dun, 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 yeah. Alfredo Zorba Gagoots.
Alfredo all
That's what
over.
they call me, Alfredo Zorba Gagoots. That's the only Greek name I could think of at the time.
See, I was
Alfredo
never around
Zorba.
when the minstrel shows were around. This is kind of like.
Are you ready? I'm going to tell everybody what's going on. Are you ready? Here we go. When performing stand-up comedy, comedians should know how to handle hecklers and be able to roast a person at the drop of a dime. So this round, these comedians will have to face off and trade insults with our very own Gagoots for 3 minutes. This will test each comedian's roasting skills and sharp comedic comebacks. All right, so we're getting ready to rock and roll here. I'm going to get the clock ready.
He goes first?
You're going to fire the first
Oh, I go
round.
first.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's get ready to rock and roll. And 3, 2, 1, roast.
Do you know why the Gagoots likes having sex with sweaty 5-year-old boys?
Why?
Because it makes his junk look really big in the pictures.
Whoa! She called me a pedophile.
Funny because
I
it's
can't
Going hard.
Call me a pedophile. No little boys.
Hey, oh, smell of my finger.
Yeah, smell my finger. Pull my finger. Oh, yeah.
rock.
When you taught kindergarten, Bonnie, what was it like to teach people who were smarter than you?
Scissors, rocks.
You know, you're so ugly you almost look like your mom.
Oh! What's the name of the mortician who does your makeup?
The Gagoots has learned a lot about computers lately, ever since his wife saw in his favorites the webpage hairlessfilipinoboys.com.
Oh! Another one with the little boys.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with that website?
Don't judge.
I have napkins.
You buy your clothes at Kohl's S&M department.
Your birth certificate is an apology letter from the condom factory.
Oh, yeah, okay. Italiano condom. That's a fig leaf. We got a lot of leaves. Open your legs and cough.
Oh!
Two of them.
Here's a props.
We found Luigi.
I know what happened to my Uncle Luigi and my cousin Mario. I know what happened to I lost to them.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, Gagoots has a lot of funny lines. Too bad they're all in his face.
Oh, because he's old.
Your ass is big enough for 2 Kardashians.
You're so ugly, they had tinted windows on your incubator.
Oh,
That's
wow.
ugly. That's pretty ugly. That's
Oh
pretty-
boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's pretty ugly. 30 minutes or
I'm
less, or it's free.
Oh,
Come
she
on.
got me confused here. I'm confused.
How do I read?
How do I read? I forgot how to read. Hey, wait a
A
minute.
rock, a scissors, paper.
You try all of the best, and now try the rest. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. Your birth certificate is an apology letter from the condom factory. Did you say that one?
Yes.
No,
That's fine.
we stole the same website.
Holy shit! You tried to avoid the Noid, but it didn't fucking happen.
Is it his turn or my turn?
Yours.
This is your turn.
I stuck up for you the other day, Gagoots. Someone said you eat shit on rye. I said that's not true because he doesn't like bread.
Oh!
Wow.
Your house is so dirty that you have to wipe your feet before you go outside.
Oh, man.
You're so ugly you make blind kids cry.
Oh.
And time. Wow, very good battle. That was good. You guys are going at it.
Get yourself organized here. You want me to hold the microphone
Wow.
for you?
Hold the mic. I need a table next time.
You're gonna sit over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You're gonna sit over there when I
Yeah,
come
I'm
for
gonna
you.
sit
You're gonna
over
sit
there.
over there.
I got a pizza box in my hand. I got the
You
scorecard.
got
I got every
you got a
goddamn thing.
lot of things going on over there. Well, that was a pretty good battle. I think Bonnie definitely brought the thunder, and Benny, as always, brings it. And it was just a good back and forth for a long time. Now we start with you, Great Goonin. What do you think about Bonnie Scalise?
Starting with me.
Let me ask, like, how many of them were off the internet? Like, did
Yeah.
you like? Because we wondered, because I don't know the internet.
It was a couple.
Like I know Mandy pointed out last week
Even
that
5.
it was hard because she got them just all out of her head and stuff. So I was just curious. And not that has to be the rule. I was just curious.
Even 5. Even 5. He got you with that internet show. That was pretty. And he managed to get those mustaches that I was gonna go get earlier from your dress. So, even 5.
So even 5 points from the Great Goonin.
But is
Sally?
that something, Don? Let me ask. Like, is that something that you don't want with the mama jokes? Because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they never said you
like you.
couldn't use
I
the
didn't know
internet.
that you were so strict about mama jokes being. I thought like there was like 20
It's
mama
just the
jokes that everyone
roasting
uses.
jokes you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the fence about it this season, like the first season, our debut season. It's a new thing.
Ideally, though.
Yeah, ideally,
should
I would
be
love it to be.
original.
I would love for them to go directly at the person, kind of like a rap battle when you dress the person down and you go toe to toe like that. That's how I prefer it. But for this, I don't mind if they take the internet and enhance it and switch things around to make it work for the show.
They never said we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I never said you couldn't do it. And like I said, like for season 1, I think it's great how they're doing it. But yeah,
But
I
if
mean,
someone else gives you the answers, you'll never learn. That's what
you home.
You should know. You're a teacher.
that's what the teachers say. Scissors, paper.
he's bigger than he looks, Chris.
Thank you. Just add water. Just add water.
I'll drive to Brooklyn. I used to live there.
Oh, I'm getting a ride. I'll do anything for a ride. I almost blew down on the way.
On her
here.
back, apparently.
Yeah. A cheetah, baby. I'm fast. Is that a cheetah or a leopard? I don't know.
Holy fuck.
Tim, what did you give her? You gave her.
I give a 5.
Yeah, I didn't score yet. You know what? I'm gonna go with an 8 because I just didn't think that was a rule. Like I thought
not
like,
a
that
rule.
was
It's not a
something.
rule. Yeah, it's not
Now all
It
of a
was something
sudden
that like
it's
like
become
Don
a rule because
absolutely pointed out in the
but
beginning
it was never
of
a
like
rule. You had to
like
think.
Don pointed
No,
out
it's-
in the beginning of like the show that the roasting jokes didn't have to be original. So I don't want to take you down for that because I think you geared them towards Benny. So I thought that they were good.
The only thing I would say, I don't want to take up a lot of time. The only thing I would say is this is now, we're getting close to the end. So it should be
Yeah.
tougher.
Yeah, but he didn't tell us
Well,
that
in the
ahead of
next
time.
round, the championship round, they're going to be roasting the 2 contestants roast each other.
Right.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so then that will be a lot.
He means he don't want to see you go. No.
Actually, it's my favorite fucking
No,
part.
no, hey! I'm going to do 2 minutes. 2 minutes with each, and then they do 2 minutes with each other.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to be nice
Well,
because it's going to be
I
two
don't think
ladies.
It's going to be me.
So it's a half a blue pill for you. Great.
Cat to fight. Cat to fight.
I didn't know what he was saying at first.
Cat to fight. Oh, yeah, the only thing you know. Pinocchio. Yeah, Geppetto. Where's the cat? What's the cat's name?
It's at the end of Italian Romper Room, and I see Geppetto. Alla Pinocchio.
So Sally,
Somewhere Mussolini's like, I'm fucking sorry.
Sally, what's your-
I'm gonna go with an 8
An
because
8?
like I just felt like she followed the rules and she put it out there. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dock her for something that she wasn't told.
And
she
I think her
supposed to do.
performance was
That's
great.
all.
She held her own against Gagoots. I think
Yeah.
this was her strongest roast
Yeah,
battle
me too.
yet. Yeah.
me too. I mean, the roast battle's like a couple of people quit in the middle.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah,
so.
we've
I
had
just
people
really think
tap
she did a
out.
good job.
Thank you, Sally.
Tim, what do you give her?
Comedy died today over the seat of the can. There was no survivors. Here's the thing. Yes, there was no specific rule that you couldn't go on the internet and take jokes or whatever. But like you're a comic, so writing your own material is tantamount to being a comic. You can't just go fucking take the cliff notes from somebody else and run with it.
It's sort of the first rule, really.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean,
understand.
somebody.
No, but it
somebody-
didn't say that in this contest.
But it's
Right, yeah,
a but
no,
it's
it's
a
fine,
but it's
yeah.
a but it's a comedy contest, right? So
that
like,
ends with a paid gig.
Right, it ends with a paid gig that you're supposed to be putting yourself out there. So like taking jokes off the internet, like any comic worth their salt is gonna tell you, you steal my jokes, I'm gonna fucking brain you. Like they just don't, you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's a thing. So you can't be doing that. So delivery wise, it was great, but a 4, man. You can't. You gotta come up with other stuff. You can't just go to Google.
And he got you when he said, "Oh, we used the same
And
website."
that's what nailed it, because I mean before then they were innocuous and I was like, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But like when he brought up
Well,
the
some of them are and some of them aren't.
but
They should all be.
you should all be original.
Yeah. Ideally, you know.
But
Some
it wasn't
of
a
my-
rule. If you had said, you
No,
know,
it's not a rule. This is their opinion.
Yeah, that's
It's-
your
it's-
opinion.
It's, not a-
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's just my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not, you know.
Some of my jokes I write, and some
He
have
did
fell
it.
off a truck. I'm honest with you.
See that? He just
Some
made
have
that.
fell over the truck, but yeah.
Yeah, well, you have to do this like every week.
I got to do this every damn a week. But
Yeah,
no
we're
pay. Who's talking about pay? Hey, somebody's gonna get a paid gig. I get it. I get a paid.
Gagoots a paid
Paid
gig.
Stugats. Yeah.
Dude, you are the exact reason I'm in a bagpipe band. Because I couldn't stand all the vowels in my last name. I just couldn't fucking hack it.
Come on, Saliani. That's not. Hey,
Saliani.
I have a sandwich. Let me have some Saliani Hero. Saliano with a provolone. The good provolone too.
It's the
Not
only time
that.
I'm ever going to hear Saliani and Hero in the same fucking sentence. So.
This guy's
right.
fast.
All right, Bonnie.
You're better than
Scalisi,
fast.
Great job,
Thank
Bonnie.
you. Thank you, Bonnie.
You held your own against the Gagoots. All right, so Kristen, are you feeling the heat on this one?
Yes. Only because it's hot in here.
Because going second, now you kind of know where the judges' heads are at. Does that make you nervous, or does it make you like how
No,
you feeling?
because I like the criticism, because everything that anyone's ever said to me doing this, I've always taken and been like, okay, I'm gonna do that, because I didn't go to comedy college. I just grew up listening to Adam Sandler. I'm just a girl from Levittown that grew up listening to Adam Sandler, and I just got on stage, and that's it.
Right, and you just
the
do
right
your
way to
thing.
do it.
Showed
You
up.
got it.
Right.
So this is
I
like comedy
never-
school. These last 3 rounds.
Yeah,
you've
this
been
is
on,
my comedy school. It is.
Hearing
and
from these
yeah.
guys, these veteran comics.
Yeah, and then I'll hit them up later and be like, hey, like, can you give me some tips on, like, what did you mean by this? Or, how can I do that? Or people just message me and be like, hey, I saw you on the show. And
You're going to hit me up later. Go fuck your mother. That's
I'm going to
what
hit you
I'm
up later and be
saying.
like, I would never say that.
Fine.
That's a hell of a tip. What do I do for a finale? You bring your
You're
mom
like,
on
"Alright."
stage.
And I'm going to say, you know what? I haven't called my mom in a while.
We'll answer back with, I don't have a
I
mother.
miss my mom now. I wanna
Fucking your
get-
mother is like the most original form
I'm
of
going to put my
recycling.
foot on your chair so that you can't run away.
Oh,
Bambino.
this one. She's
All right,
ready
she's
for
ready to
trouble.
rock.
Yeah.
We're ready to go here. So let's get ready. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock.
Who's going first?
You go first, Kristen.
Ladies first,
Okay.
or you.
All right, ready?
In 3, 2,
Wow.
ready? 3, 2, 1, roast.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind taking off that hat and tilting your head down so I could check my makeup on your shiny bald head?
Oh, hey, I even do that. I like that joke. Yeah,
fair.
there you go.
Oh.
Okay, you got the makeup? Good, you're going to need it. Because you look like you're dating a cigar store Indian.
Welcome to the show, sir. I see that time machine you invented in 1816 finally worked.
Whoa! Cupid came to your house last night and you ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Well, I would wear your skin as a flesh suit, but
Whoa!
unfortunately, putting an iron to iron out all those wrinkles would ruin it.
Oh, wow.
Every time you use a dildo, when you take it out, it coughs.
Your dick is so small and pointy that when you stick it in your wife, a cube of cheese comes out.
Oh!
Oh, a
Yup.
cube. A cube.
Your vagina can melt.
Serves anyone?
Ooh.
Your vagina can melt the plastic.
You are so old. Every time a bright light shines in your face, you think it's time to go to heaven.
Oh! Da, 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 da.
That's true.
Your ex-boyfriends are known as the Grateful Dead.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn.
You're so ugly, by the time you got laid, there were no virgins left, so you had to go down to the bowling alley and stick it into one of the bowling balls so you wouldn't feel left out. Because when you stick it in, you pull it out of a bowling ball, there's a lot of popping sounds.
Oh, yeah.
February, which has
Papa
28.
this,
It's a little
bitch.
wordy, but fair enough.
A little wordy, but I was an English major. Forgive me.
And
Yeah.
sometimes why?
Papa this, bitch.
See? Sometimes less is better.
Yeah, you like to you walk dogs for a living. You're around the dog so much. Whenever you walk past a fire hydrant, you raise your leg to pee.
Oh, yeah? And when you take your
really
wife
an
on a
observation.
romantic stroll on the beach, her vagina smells so bad that the fish get jealous.
Oh, whenever someone throws a frisbee, you catch it with your teeth.
You are so stupid! And now you're deaf too, dumbass!
Oh! I bet that the carpeting in your house is made out of old newspapers.
Oh, damn.
You live in
You
a
would
cave.
know, you're so old, you know what a newspaper is.
Nice.
Oh!
Answer.
Fair
I
enough.
bet your ass is
Call
jealous of all of the shit that's coming out of your mouth.
Well, at least my ass isn't covered with flower daisy depends.
Oh!
I can still wear underwear.
They come with the designs now. I thought that was only for diapers, for kids.
Covered
They
with
go.
Gordon Gecko's
Maybe
bed
I,
sheets, but fair enough.
maybe I could get them with like the ragu label on them or Chef Boyardee. That would be nice.
Time. Wow, that's a fast 3 minutes. All right. Another great roast battle, another great back and forth. The contestants are definitely getting better
That was fun.
and stronger and meaner as we go along. That was good stuff. All right, this
There's
one we-
actually a war going on in the writing about whether Tim's too mean or not.
Oh,
that's
really?
sad.
What are they saying
Hey,
about?
spoiler
Yeah.
alert,
Jeff-
I am.
Jeff Bosey is he's like Tim's fucking awesome, his true judgment, and then Mike Keegan right in. I think Tim's just being a little too mean.
Mike's jealous because he's got one more clipped toe than I have.
Oh.
All right, settle down, diabetes.
Damn.
Settle down, diabetes.
I
There's an old
Lower your
song.
blood sugar diabetes.
Don't
That's
you-
easy.
I
I
think-
love that old song. Settle down, diabetes.
I love you, Pookie.
Settle down, diabetes. No, I think that the higher we go on the rounds, the more critical the judges are going to be. And look, I know sometimes it's hard to hear, and some judges are a little bit more direct than others. But I still think, like, to Kristen's point, is that you do learn from the critiques and you do learn from the criticism, and you have to have the tough skin and just keep going with it. And I think that a roast battle is not an easy thing to do, just like the wheel of jokes is not easy to do. So all these challenges are hard, and you guys made it to this point, so you should all be proud of yourselves.
Right.
And these judges
Yeah.
are just bringing it today. So.
None of this, like, none of the anything that I say, like, you're out here doing it, and that is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
you're
not
out
a
here
lot of people
doing.
can
You're
do
doing
this.
it.
A lot of them don't want
You're
to.
doing it. That's the bottom line.
Oh, Bonnie does it. Let me tell you, she does it all the time.
Yeah, Bonnie brings it.
I'm kidding.
Bonnie's been
Oh, are
doing
you
this for a
kidding?
long time.
It's good that you're kidding.
She's very strong, very great comedian. She has her own show. She's
You
doing
guys,
it.
you guys are doing it. That is the bottom line. You're out here, like, this is not easy. It's not easy to throw yourself in front of people and be judged.
Yeah.
So
that
don't-
alone.
don't take anything to heart. It's all basically just us telling you, from our own standpoint. We've been shit on. Have we not been shit on?
Sure. Mostly I'm complimented, but yes.
That's fair. I'm usually the one blowing smoke up his ass, but
Mostly I'm complimented.
But we used to have a double act.
that's true.
He's like only once or twice in my
That's
life.
true.
Mostly complimented.
Actually, I throw
Wow,
Charles.
Gina, you're gonna
I
say
throw
hi to Bonnie and not me?
I throw Charles on my back like fucking Master Blaster. It's great.
All right. So we haven't judged her.
Hi, Bonnie.
No, we haven't judged
Christian.
it
All right.
yet.
So now it's time. On that note.
The Gagoots is a terrorist. He's from ISIS. Lemon ISIS.
Holy
Thank you.
that one.
Son of Donamici.
Charles, we start with you at the scoring for Kristen Tinsley's roast battle.
Okay, I'll give you a 7.
Okay.
A 7 for Kristen
Maybe a
Tinsley
7.
from the.
I liked. I also liked your direct. You know what I like? I like also that you looked at them, because there's too
Yes.
much of looking down at notes. I'm never been a fan of notes.
Nope.
If you have notes, that's fine. Memorize your stuff. I don't mean that you can write here. I'm just saying in general on stage. There's been a new thing in the last 15 years or so that comics come on with notes and they want to show you how studious they are. No, believe in show business. Have yourself prepared. Know your shit. Look at them, and I like that. And I liked how you responded to his stuff, and then he made his mustache, move.
It didn't fall off this time.
Yeah.
This is the first.
He doesn't have leprosy this time.
What was this? Hot.
Okay, so a 7 from the Great Goonin. Sally, what do you give her?
I give you an 8. I thought
Wow.
your comebacks were fantastic, and one thing that Tim picked up on, like one of your jokes was wordy, and I remember like one of the first times that you came here, it was like a book, like all of your stories were pages, and
course of human events.
we pointed out how you're a storyteller and you're a writer, and it was really hard for you to do that. So like the comics that were here that night completely gave you that advice to shorten it, and you grew and learned and did better. So yeah, 8.
Excellent. An 8 from Sally. And now that gives us to Tim. Tim.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a dick judge apparently. So, but
Oh, well, mine's bigger than it looks. Thank you.
Hey!
But what Charles said, like not everybody's fucking Janine Garofalo. You don't have to read.
Thank you. Well, let's hope not.
Right. Well, fair. You don't have to read your notes. I did like a lot of your comebacks. I'm the same way, where I will write out a premise. It'll be fucking really wordy.
Yeah.
You gotta cut it down. But man, you looked him right in the eye and you gave him shit. That's an 8 right
Yeah, 'cause
there.
it looked real.
I respect that.
It looked real, and the
I respect
emotion of it
that.
was better. And always, whenever you write something, actually, always be prepared to throw it out.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you might have to just, something else
Right.
will be better.
Well,
Something
yeah,
you
that's
burp
it.
out is going to be better sometimes.
And she did have a few comebacks that was right off the cuff, like
Yeah.
the skin,
Yeah.
ironing the old skin, and then the other
Well,
one.
I
of it-
love that movie. So yeah.
And then the newspaper joke. So those were
That was
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, so you did comebacks in the moment that worked, and that's like what we said. So, all right, Bonnie, come on, join us back again. How you doing, Bonnie?
I'm okay.
She's
All right.
so mad at me right now. She's so mad at me.
Are you angry?
She's so unhappy with me.
I'm not angry.
No, good, because
I use notes because I have a bad memory.
And I wasn't saying that with the
it
notes.
wasn't particularly
it wasn't-
about that.
Right.
It was in
I'm
general.
saying in general. Right.
In general, about meetings, yeah. It was.
no, I mean, so I
I
think,
never did notes. Even when I was doing stand up all the time, I never did notes.
Right.
If I wanted to remember anything, I would record it
Yes.
and listen to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I tried
You know,
doing
endlessly-
that. and
endlessly
then,
listen.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It
Because
was
it's
that.
not the same thing as writing things down.
Right.
Sometimes if you take a guy like I can't believe I'm doing a serious thing right now. But if you take a guy like Eddie Murphy, okay, Eddie Murphy's jokes are not funny written down.
Yeah,
None
right.
of them. Like, ice cream. There's an ice cream truck. Ice cream. That's not funny when you just read it.
It's how
But
you
when
say
he
it.
does
It's
that-
the emoting
Yeah.
of it. Yeah.
Right.
it's your personality, let your persona shine through.
Right, but
And
when
I-
you're standing in a room and it's tight and you're not on stage and you're not,
Yeah,
moving
it's definitely
around,
difficult.
It's very difficult.
I know
Delivery
that this
is
different.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Delivery is everything. The Goose has pizza. He delivers it.
Now, when you,
hungry now.
Bonnie, when you're hearing these critiques, and you too, Kristen, you both chime in. Don't take these critiques personally. Take them to
No,
help
I don't
build
take it personally.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Help them, because there is a learning to this. You can learn from the criticism. That's how we all do it. Whenever I make a mistake, I learn from it. Or if someone points out my mistake, which my fiance often does,
Yeah,
I
she
then
just
learn
clued
from
in,
it.
so I'm interested to see what she's gonna say. I'm like, oh.
But Benny, what's going on? How's everything going on the with you and in the universe of online?
In the universe of put up, shut up, and stand
Put
up.
up, shut. Before we get into their 5-minute sets,
Into
yeah.
their- A lot of people are watching. A lot of people have, which Sally brought up most of the comments.
Very good.
Someone, I don't.
We're gonna put a fan poll up about Tim later. Whether they love him or
Oh,
not. A fan poll.
Well, the judge fan poll. The judges are great. The ladies are great tonight. They are.
Yeah,
And I
they're
think
doing
that
terrific. Yes.
I think that
Applause for our women here.
they're great counterbalance with
Yes.
with them. And now that brings us to
I can't
the
believe you-
final
The
round.
final round. Benny, tell us what's going on with that.
The best 5 minutes. Don, let me tell you what's going on with that. Pinocchio. the best 5 minutes is this round is what we've all been waiting for
Yes.
from the start of this game, which started
Swimsuit competition.
started like the swimsuit competition.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Benny.
All right, yeah, this is the round we've all been waiting for, except for you guys. Got something else to talk about. Anyway, this is where we get to see the best 5 minutes that each comedian has. This is the best of their stand-up sets. This will show us the skills that pay the bills.
All right, all right. So I think, Bonnie, are you up first? No, you did the roast first. So, Kristen Tinsley, you perform first. Are you ready to do your best 5 minutes?
My best 5 minutes ever.
Let me get the clock
Well,
ready.
like, do you want? I don't know. Does she want to stand? Because I know last week they stood. It's up to you. Whatever
Yeah,
you
do
want
you
to do.
feel more comfortable
Whatever
sitting there?
you
You
guys
wanna
Come
feel
on, dance for
comfortable.
us, Kristen.
Yeah.
I don't want to intimidate people by standing up, you know.
So if you're more comfortable sitting, we do that.
Some people mentioned
you
that
feel
they're
comfortable?
used to
Pretty
standing, and it
sure.
threw them off that they were sitting.
Well,
so we
guess
wanted
what,
to give you the
Sally?
choice.
I'm not some people or anybody else. I'm an individual, and I do whatever the fuck I want.
Wow.
Yeah, she turned into Don Pardo.
Yeah. Now I'm really scared.
All right, I'll stand up.
All right, are you ready? We're
Well, it
gonna
is put up, shut up, or stand up.
Put up, shut
So
up,
I'm
and
gonna
stand up.
stand
Now
up.
you're standing up. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, folks, with her best 5 minutes tonight. Kristen Tinsley. Give her a hand, everybody. Kristen Tinsley.
Thank you, thank you. I am so happy to be here and actually very grateful to be here tonight because I almost got arrested on the way here because I saw a man running down the street wearing a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sweatshirt and I chased after him, and when the cop asked me, "Why are you chasing after this man? Are you trying to stalk him? Are you trying to kill him?" I said, "No, officer, I'm not. I'm just hungry." So I had weight loss surgery, and I lost 169 pounds. 169 pounds.
Wow, very good.
Thank you for clapping for that. I still can't get a 69, but I lost 169 pounds. Yes, I did.
Is Bonnie the size of your sleeve right now? Or?
So people ask me, how did you lose all of that weight? And I tell them, well, I started jogging. And they said, jogging? I said, that's a great way to lose weight. And it is, if you don't get pulled over while you're jogging. So the first night I'm out there, I say to myself, I can do it. I'm gonna lose this weight. I can really go for it. And I'm running down the street like Rocky, going hard. Dan 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 dan. Whoop whoop! And I stopped and I said, oh shit. I don't have my ID, I don't have my keys, I don't have nothing on me. I've got to check to see if I have any weed. I haven't been pulled over in so long, you know? So the cop comes running out of the car. He's about your size, sir. Cop comes running out of the car, you know, he's all out of breath himself, and he's like, ma'am, what are you running from? I said, I didn't know what to say. I wasn't running from anything, so I just said, Twinkies? He laughed, yeah, he laughed for about a half an hour, and then he arrested me anyway, you know, because I'm black, you know, so I got arrested anyway. There was no out of that, you know, my summer tan, it was over the summer, my summer tan kicked in, we were in Levittown, so, you know, I got arrested. It's great, you know, I mean, to tell you, so, you know, you think about, you know, the young people, there's no young people in this audience tonight, but, you know, there was at one time. Well, yeah, people, you were young at one time. Things have changed, right? Valentine's Day was yesterday. Things have changed, you know? Back in the day, we used to go to our crush's house, but we didn't just go there. We had to stalk them. You know, the anticipation of turning around the block. Will he be outside in his front lawn so I can gaze into his eyes as I walk by and don't talk to him? You know? Now they got it easy. They can just send a text message. or stalk you on Facebook, send a text message, right?
Right.
Any excuse to send a text message. I noticed that the sky was blue, kind of like your eyes, and the t-shirt that you were wearing the other night to bed, because I creep into your room at night and watch you sleep. Like that creepy white vampire from Twilight. Yeah, I'm up on it. I'm up on all that, you know? It's amazing, right? There's a couple things that you're going to miss on Valentine's Day. There's a couple things that, what is that? The time just increased.
It's going to keep increasing.
Oh, it's going to keep going. Oh, that's how much time I have
You have 2
left.
minutes
I have
left.
2 minutes left.
No, you have 1 minute left.
You know,
yeah,
I-
2 minutes left. Yeah.
Two
Okay,
minutes.
cool. I actually wish that my dildo had that, my dildo, when it was running out of batteries, I wish that it had that timer right there so that I knew how long I had. Like, how long of a porn video can I watch before it runs out? They don't make that. Hint, Chinese people, if you're watching, please create a dildo that has a timer on it so I know when my batteries, because I'm a girl. I don't know when batteries are good or not. I have to wait until next week when they restock the batteries. It was just Valentine's Day yesterday.
All right.
30% off candy and no batteries.
Just walk to CVS with it inside you.
I can't walk to CVS. Are you kidding me? I can't walk to CVS. I'll be thrown in jail if I walk to CVS. Let's figure. What else can I talk about? Stalkers on Facebook. Actually, I'm just as old as everyone else in here. And the first time I joined Instagram, I saw that I had followers. I immediately called the police because I'm stupid. I did. I saw that, like Buckshot99 was following me on Instagram, and I called the cops. I didn't want to get shot. What was I supposed to do? I didn't know what to do.
I was curious.
I was curious. Yeah, it's curiosity killed the cat, and so that also killed my sex life. But Facebook now, if you have a crush on someone on Facebook, you can now post it in a hidden secret group on Facebook.
Wow.
But I will warn you of this. Facebook is like your big mouth friend that will tell on you, because I'm pretty sure that if it ever got hacked, there'd be a lot of mass suicides from people killing themselves because they'd be so afraid that they would find out who your crush is. That's it. It's over. 4 minutes, 52 seconds. What can I say in 55 seconds? That's it. It's over. That's it. It's over. I'm done. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Say mass suicide again.
And time. Kristen Tinsley, everybody, with her best 5 minutes.
That wasn't the best.
All right. How you
I just
feel?
wanted to do something different than I did last time.
Yeah, I like that you kind of try to keep it current.
Yeah.
You brought in the dildo stuff. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I'll
always talk about
There's
dildos.
never-
Anytime.
There's never enough dildo jokes.
No, never.
In the world.
Never.
No, but I think it was good. Yeah, I just like the way you tell stories. You're engaging. I just think I'll
Please
let the
buy my
judges
book.
handle. Yes.
Yeah, please buy my book.
Buy the book.
Writer.
There's like 8 things I want to say.
I think we do start. Who do we start with? Oh, we start with you.
Mean,
Sally.
horrible
Is it me?
person.
I
Okay.
believe so. Sally will let us know what her thoughts are on your performance.
Okay.
I gave you I'm going between a 6 and a 7. I'll give you a 7.
Okay.
A
give you a
7.
7.
Yes.
Thank you.
And what do you think, Sally?
It was good. I liked it. Like I like your stuff. I think you're good. I think you present well. I like how you work a crowd. I think your strength is working off of people. I think that's where your strength lies. Like I think a lot of comics get thrown when people say things, but I think that's where you rise.
Okay.
Yeah, you're more of a conversational style comic, and the jokes are in
I
there.
can't-
But
yeah,
I
I
think
can't
if you're
change that,
when
yeah.
you're connecting with an audience, a bigger audience, I think it will come through more. Kind of like what he was saying about the Eddie Murphy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you say?
I'm like you. I am a conversational style comic. I really actually respect the fact that you were able to, I was throwing shit out there every once in a while. I like to see that you can bounce on it. That's fantastic. You should be able to do that because you're going to get dicks in every show pretty
Yep.
much. So the fact
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Sally.
Dirty Sally over here.
Shit, get Tony on the phone now. What the fuck is going on?
She woohooed for dicks.
Sally can take it.
Tony's at home eating carrots. He's not even listening.
Seriously.
He's watching.
Yes, you'll build and you'll learn and you'll build on your material. You'll know the notes to hit, but the fact that you were able to pick up when I was throwing shit at you, a 6 is pretty good. You'll get there with opining. Your opining stories, you have to hit measures, right? every once in a while you got to throw something in there to keep people
it going,
engaged.
right.
But I mean, fuck, if you can bounce back when I'm throwing shit at you, that's a start. That's pretty good.
Very good. A 6 from Tim. And Gordon, what do you got to say?
Just like a little like more advice, like they seem to be really strict about the minutes. Like they seem to be like you have to like somehow like land and stop like exactly when you're supposed to. It's like, that's crazy. Like I hear that talked in the hallway all the time. Just a little advice from things I hear.
Yeah. You blow a light, you're gonna get shit from other people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you go overtime.
They're
I've
just
never
gonna
done that.
hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's
she
why
was
they
go
give
under
you
time.
the warning.
Yeah.
But then that throws people off too.
It does.
You know.
Yeah, when you're thinking about the time when you're trying to
You're
tell
because
jokes,
I can't. I mean, you have a watch or you have whatever it is, but like I don't know how. I don't time my set down to 5 minutes because sometimes I forget and then I just right off the
Don't
head.
always change your material just because you feel like I know this is a thing, but don't keep your material and work on it continuously. Don't always change it because you feel like it's the same audience. Because the more you repeat it, the better you're gonna get, the better it's gonna come out.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep, good stuff. All right, Goonan, what do you say?
Capital 7.
A 7 from the
Capital
Goonan.
7. Are you what is the title of your book? You said give my book.
Only in a fat girl's world.
Oh,
very
okay.
nice,
And
okay.
and is this what type of book is it?
Well, I am a holistic nutritionist for bariatric people, and I kind of have to tell my story and how I got there, so that people can understand and relate to me of how I got from where I was to where I am now and where I'll continue to be.
And where can we get this book?
Well, it'll be out soon,
Oh,
but I'll definitely email you a free copy.
Oh, wow,
I should get it.
very-
Wait a minute, 7.5.
it's not a memoir of being a stripper.
I
Fair
thought
enough.
it was. I thought it was like one of those. I thought it was one of those things.
Well, very good, everybody.
Did I
Give it
throw
up for
shade? Sorry.
Kristen Tinsley.
You did!
All right, Bonnie Scalisi. How you feeling, Bonnie?
I'm fine.
You ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
Ready to make the world a better place with your humor? Are you ready to do this?
It's more of a catharsis.
Do you
but
want to
yeah.
stand
Yes.
up, Bonnie?
No, I'd rather just stay.
All right, cool. So here we go. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. It's the best 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand to our next contestant, Bonnie Scalisi.
Thank you. Thank you. You look like a nice group of people, so I'm going to confide in you. I am going through a midlife crisis, and I'm seeing a therapist. I had sex with him. Now he needs therapy. So I am a retired kindergarten teacher of 35 years.
Wow.
But I'm only 32. School was so chaotic every day. It was like, Billy, stop running around. Samantha, take your finger out of your nose. And Mikey, stop crying. And that was just the faculty lounge. And it's hard for me to stop being a kindergarten teacher now in my regular life. So I'd be having sex with my husband and I'd be like, ooh, your face is going to get stuck like that. I also used to be really overweight. I've lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
Thank you. I was so fat that at my school, there were only 2 skinny men. So they asked me to play Santa, which I thought was weird because I'm Jewish. And one of the fattening foods that got me so fat is bacon. Clap if you love bacon.
Yes, I love
Who
bacon.
doesn't? I know that there's a special place for me in Jew hell, or as I like to call it, Florida. I don't understand Santa because I'm Jewish. As a Jew, I can't fathom leaving free toys in houses of kids I don't even know. Now that I'm retired, I have time for myself. I never did before. I went to the nail salon. Obviously, I didn't go this week. And while my nails were drying, she started giving me a back massage. Yeah, a back massage, without having to give anything in return. I had to stop my automatic response to kneel down and give her a blowjob. My soon-to-be ex-husband, he's Italian and Jewish. So he's so cheap, he extorts money from himself. He wanted me to be more forceful in bed. I forced myself to have sex with him. I'm getting older, so sometimes I buy lubrication. I'm using Crisco oil. And it's great because when my ex used to grab me for lubrication, I'd slip away. My mother-in-law hates me for taking away her son. But that's okay because I hate her for giving birth to her son.
Oh, wow.
I told my friend Sally I don't masturbate. I don't use dildos either. She said, why? I said, between the controlling husband and my autistic kids, I'd rather do heroin. So I do have 2 autistic boys. And this woman actually comes up to me and she says, is there even a difference between autistic and retarded? So I told her, well, my kids are autistic. You're retarded. You know, I'm writing a book for parents like myself who are raising autistic children. And it's called, You Clean the Shit Off the Walls.
That's your book.
You know, that'll be my book. It's coming out soon. You know, I take things at face value. For instance, I was surprised when Kids Gap didn't sell children. And I was disappointed when I went to Dick's. Let's see what happens when I go to BJ's. You know, I always loved Gilda Radner. And if she were alive today, I think she would say something like this.
Ouch.
A Mr. Richard Fader from Fort Lee, New Jersey writes, Dear Rosanna Dana, what's with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky? Isn't he married? A Mr. Fader, the only thing Hillary Clinton blows is elections. You know, someone said to me, if Elizabeth Warren ran against Hillary Clinton today, who would win? Hillary said, I may have lost against a man in the last election, but I can lick a woman like her with no problem. The best part about getting divorced is I won't have a mother-in-law anymore. She picked at everything I did, so I picked an old age home and stuck her sorry ass in there. What do liberals and my mother-in-law have in common? They both won't shut the fuck up. Top 4 reasons why I hate my mother-in-law. Reason number 4, because she's a selfish bitch. Reason number 3, because she's a selfish bitch. Reason number 2, she was always insulting me. And the number 1 reason why I hate my mother-in-law is because everyone, she's a selfish bitch. Thank you, everybody.
And time, right on the money, 5 minutes. Very good. Bonnie Scalisi with her best 5 minutes, everybody.
Ooh,
I tell you, Bonnie, you're getting better and better every time you come on the show. Your set is stronger and stronger. I've seen you do this a few times now. Keep getting better. You're definitely growing and evolving, and I'm enjoying it. And good stuff. I think now we start. I believe we start with you, Tim. No, I think we start with Goonan. We start with you this time around.
Naturally. You're a joke writer. Like jokes.
Yeah.
Jokes are the hardest things to write.
Yep.
Just good jokes, they're the hardest things to write. Like Rodney, he had to write really good jokes, and he had like 30 of them in 5 minutes, and they just threw them out there. So they're very hard to do, just jokes. Just flat out jokes. And some of them are good. Some of them are very good. I think, and this is my own personal taste, you should stop doing politics. I think once you do that, it's dated. It's not funny tomorrow. It's not funny 2 weeks from now.
Kristen, I made those.
I'm
up.
speaking. The
Sorry,
judge is
okay.
speaking. Never talk. I'll turn on and off the lights.
Okay.
Don't fuck with the teacher. So, this is my personal opinion. Because the stuff about your family, your kids, which is real stuff that I know about you, that's better.
I got that off the internet.
Don't interrupt the teacher.
Funny.
You just cheapened yourself. I gave you a compliment. He goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right, 6.5. No. But so that's good. You know, the jokes, you write jokes. They're joke. That's good. Hard to do, very well. So keep doing that. I would avoid politics. Go more with your personal stuff. It's good. A couple of times you say things where I know a better punchline. Where I go, you just should have said that. You know, there's a better way to end that mother-in-law thing that you do. There's a much better way that could be much better, more surprising, and a better ending. But overall, it's the right track. You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to add an extra. I'm going to piss off Benny by putting a decimal. Give me a 6.5.
6.5 from the great Goonan.
Yeah.
And some good advice there too. All right, Sally, what do you think of Bonnie's set?
My favorite. By the way, I'm sorry. My favorite is clean the shit off the wall. Is my favorite.
Oh, that's good stuff.
My favorite. That's my favorite.
I think you should definitely go more that route and some of those personal
The stuff
things
with your children
because I
and
think
stuff,
it hits home a lot. And
And you could say it because it's really happening. To you, so
Yeah.
you're not just making fun
And a
of
lot of people relate to that stuff. So I think that's really good stuff, and it's coming from you too. It's other parents in the similar situation who face those things, who understand clean the shit off the wall are going to appreciate someone saying it because they were never able to say it themselves or wouldn't think to say it. And then they're like, oh, she gets it. She knows.
Because we worked with, you have autistic kids. I worked with autistic kids when I used to work in the schools. And the one thing that you never really get to talk about is how exhausting and frustrating it is. You know, and that's a good angle.
So that's where I think it comes in, and there's some levity there that you're finding in a real place. So I think that you should do more of that. But I'm not a judge, so my points don't matter. We're going to go with Sally. Sally, what do you think?
Yeah, you said actually like a lot of the things that I was going to say because it
just
is
smart,
it is
that's
your
all.
strength and you know, especially today there's, you know, 1 out of 10 people out there has a child with autism or someone that they know really close. So you might be the one to be like the bridge of it because you totally get it and you could do it in a way that you could make it lighter and
I don't
bring
really know
people
anyone
together.
talking about that either.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a lot of people using that as premises. And I think you could be onto something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to make, you know, fun of it, just to like bring people in and lighten it. You know, that's what comedy is.
Yeah, because
you
that's
know?
the way that joke, when she does it, I never get the sense she's making fun of
No,
autism or autistic
At
people.
all.
I get the sense she's making fun of a mother who has to deal with this all the damn time, and it's like frustrating.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
much realer than
Way
Hillary Clinton
realer.
Yes.
Than,
or
yeah.
than anything about him.
Cool. What'd you give her?
I gave her a 6.5 also.
6.5. There we go.
Making Benny
You're welcome,
do math.
Benny.
All right, Tim, what do you have to
I
say?
wish I was Asian. I could do math.
Oh my god.
one, 2, 3.
I mean, more of you. Like I love joke tell. Like, you know, obviously, like, you know, Keegan's one of my best friend. I think Keegan is a joke machine. I love listening to the jokes Keegan comes up with. But you have this thing where you're raising an autistic child. Like, more of you is what people want to connect with. You know, instead of just going bang, 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 bang. And Don's 100% right. Lose the political shit. You're gonna lose half the room.
Actually,
anyway.
I said that. I don't really know why Don's getting
Yeah.
credit for that.
So
Yeah,
like
Tom,
I
right?
said, Guggen was
just
was
ripped
saying
you
like
off.
Who the hell is Guggen? Right, no, go ahead.
like I said, Google was all about it. Like, just look up Google. He'll tell you. You're good at it anyway. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, it's a 6. Upside down. It's a 6 because you really have to just be who you are. Find yourself. Talk about things that you know about. If you're gonna write jokes. That's great. Like everybody loves to sit there and listen to jokes,
Very hard to do.
but extremely hard. But make them more about what you know, because that's how an audience is gonna connect with you, 100%. And you have that background. People want to hear that stuff. They want to hear life. You can do that. You can do that and write jokes. Do that.
Excellent.
And
Good
always,
stuff.
always wear your dress and sit just like that. on the
And
stage.
fair enough. I mean, you could Fabulous Baker Boys it all day fucking long. It's a,
Yes, we love the dress as well, Bonnie Scalisi. No, that was great stuff. Good stuff. Give a hand to our 2 contestants. Very good job. They came in. They faced the judges. Huh?
it was.
Oh, he gave him a 6.
It was a 6. It was a 6. Huh?
All right, so while we're adding up the points there,
Nice.
while we're doing that, how you guys feeling now that it's all done? You've been through all the rounds. You went through 3 times on 3 different episodes each on these shows. What are you thinking, Bonnie? How you
Well,
feel?
I know I lost, so
What
it
makes
is
you
what it
say
Why
that?
would you say that?
because she got better scores every round. I mean, I suck at math, but even I can figure that out.
Wow.
I feel pretty good because I'm just happy to participate. I don't take anything
Right, sure.
personally.
Oh,
I have a lot, that
No,
I.
I'm happy
you know,
for
I have.
Kristen. I
It
love
doesn't matter
Kristen.
who wins
Yeah,
or
yeah.
loses. It really just doesn't.
The thing
As long
with-
as it's you.
The thing that's hard about this show is we get to know
You
you
can't say
guys
such
and,
things,
and get
Charles
to
Godin.
we get to build like a family type of
Right.
feeling, seeing you guys all the time. And now that we're getting closer and closer to the final round, it gets harder and harder to see people go and all of that. And I just want everyone to know that you're all great comedians. It's all these rounds are hard. You're going up against each other. The stakes are higher, but I commend both of you. I don't think I think all of you guys are great and worthy comedians. So I just want to give you guys another hand because I love you girls. Ladies.
What Tim was saying before, more of you. That's the toughest thing to do, to find out who the hell you are.
Right.
When you first go up on stage, you don't know who the hell you are. You're taking bits and pieces from other people. You don't really have your own. It takes a long time to know who you are.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one thing. I
Finding your
think
voice.
it was Carla Okerson actually said that. She was like, you need to
Probably
figure
not
out.
as nice as I said.
Well, no, she did. She
not
said,
even close.
figure out who you are. And one of the first, I was here with the storytelling. They had said,
Right.
be more personal about you. And then, because you hear all kinds of different things about comedy. When somebody will say, when you get up stage, like, oh, you're a woman, don't automatically talk about your vagina or your breasts or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, but why not?
Right,
but then
right.
when you take it on a different way, like after weight loss surgery,
Then you have a personal story.
right, there's a personal story to that. There's things about my body, and people say, oh, don't make fun of the obvious. Well, what else am I supposed to talk about?
Right.
Everybody's talked anything to death.
Yeah, there's no new jokes.
There's no new
Yeah,
jokes.
there's
no new
we
joke.
live in a world
New
where- yeah.
perspective.
But Bonnie has that because people don't say, and I'm a bus driver, and
Right.
there's things that listen, we could sit down and we could talk about it
Right,
and
yeah,
say,
yeah.
New perspective.
Yeah,
right.
you have the perspective of a bus
Right.
driver. You have the perspective of raising autistic children.
Yeah. Right.
I have a perspective of being just genius. Like, everybody knows they have their
Everyone
own
has their
perspectives.
perspective.
Right, they know which angle to go with.
All right. So now, Benny, what's the tally on the votes, and who's going to see Mandy Jones next week?
Who's going to see? Oh, Mandy Jones. I
Yes,
thought they'd
and-
get a Billy Joel concert tickets. I'm like, I win in this shit. So, all right, before I get to that, I know.
It's very colorful.
I
though.
don't
Very
believe in
colorful.
evolution.
Before I get to that, Nancy Rizzuti, very good friend of mine.
Yes.
She says, if a Christian needs a batteries, Benny's got him in his trunk.
Oh,
If he
nice.
needs some batteries, I got it. And
Benny's got batteries.
Sorry.
Pat Marone, he said, I thought Benny only has a weed in his trunk. Yeah, funny guy. A lot of
Nice.
funny.
I hope so.
They're gonna find
We're
the
counting
Pat
on it.
They're gonna find the Pat Marone in my trunk. No, I love you, Pat. I love
Pat
you. I love
Marone, he
you,
was
Nancy.
a great judge a couple
Uh,
weeks ago.
A lot of people said this is a very hard, and they give you all the great well wishes. They liked both of your sets. Everybody, they love this show tonight. They love
Yes.
you, Don. They love
I
you.
love every one of
What's
them.
your name again? They love this Scungili here, Tommy Scungili.
Tim Saliani. Yes, said it
That's
right.
right.
Tim, I
Saliani
called him a
and
Tom.
Charles Goonan and Sally O'Neill. I remember everybody's name.
Charles Agoon and everybody. All right.
Yay.
Here we're coming down to
Two Irish people sitting.
Bonnie. You got a nicer score because you got a 69.
Whoa,
Point
69.
5.
Wow, 69.5.
Oh, that's an
I'm
easy.
sorry,
Give a little
the
the
winner-
extra, huh?
The
Like
a
winner,
threesome.
she's Kristen. Got a
Kristen Tinsley
79.
is our
79.
winner.
A 79. That's
Wow.
like
There you go.
Congratulations, Kristen Tinsley. Kristen Tinsley
Thank
will
you
move
both.
on.
Thank
And
you
will-
both, ladies, for being on the show.
Chris-
And Bonnie,
Now,
I just
100
want to
points.
say, Bonnie, you were our number one first person.
Yes.
Our guinea pig that I had to convince you to come do the show. And you were great. I love you. And like Don and everyone said, I love you. Your set is getting better every time.
Yes.
I love your set.
Bonnie Scalisi,
Yes.
thank you very much for being a part of this thing. I also want to say congratulations to Kristen Tinsley. Kristen, you have a message for Mandy Jones for next week.
Oh, she has a. Oh, do I have a message for Mandy Jones? This will be the last birthday that you celebrate, Mandy, because I'm coming for you.
Oh, snap, crackle, it's on!
This is the moment I've been waiting for. I'm coming for you, Blondie. I'm coming for you.
I just want to
Step to the
say
rear.
congratulations to Mandy Jones. For
I will hunt you down. I will hunt you down. You.
good on you, Mandy. Good on you.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight, everybody. I want to thank both of our contestants for coming in. And, of course, thanks to all of our judges, Heather Lerman, the Gagoots, for being here tonight and coming out and bringing the funny. Thank you to all of you guys. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. And also, if you're interested in being on the show, you can contact us at putupshutup@gmail.com. Also, be sure to check out govsradio.com and Facebook Live for all of the Govs Radio shows that air here every day pretty much from Monday through Saturday nights. All great shows all week long, including Bonnie's Three's Company show that's on Wednesday nights, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Had a great show last week, by the way. I loved it to see the two of you when you had your makeout session. That was terrific. That was awesome. Also, make sure it actually happened. I'm not making that up. Also, make sure you come out to see Governor's Comedy Clubs here in Levittown. There's the Brokerage and there's McGuire's, because the only place to see stand-up comedy is to see it live and to see it right here on Long Island, see some of our great comedians perform. So anyway, that said, I'm Don Sill. On behalf of everyone here, I want to say thank you, good night, and always bring the funny, everybody. Thank you.